vodka lollipop.
Yeah, it probably is.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Dose of Dysfunction. I am your life coach, and with me tonight is the resident redneck.
Howdy, y'all.
And legendary Redbeard.
Hey.
So,
And the pack of wild animals that just went nuts upstairs.
yeah, and I believe it or not, that actually doesn't come through all that often. But hey, you just invited me to watch a live on TikTok, according to my phone.
Did I?
You did,
Did you?
but unfortunately
Whoopee Skippy, buddy.
for you, I am live on Instagram. So
Oi.
All right.
we did a really awesome drink
Oh
that
my
tastes
God.
like a Snickers.
It
and
looks
good.
like
It totally
looks like
does.
chocolate milk, but it definitely tastes like a Snicker bar.
Mm-hmm.
It does taste like a Snickers bar. It's pretty good. I'm a
good.
fan for sure. So
I love when it drips out of my mustache. It's like extra little Snickers after the Snickers.
you mean you can't call it your
Mm.
mustache tonight? Then it is now the flavor saver.
The flavor
It's
saver.
Flavor saver. There you go.
Yeah. What'd you do
I-
last night? Licks his lips and hits the mustache.
Mm.
Wouldn't you like
Wouldn't
to
you
know?
like to know, buddy? You should go ask your mom.
Because she makes me a sandwich after
I have to start with this though.
Yeah.
I have this one thing and it's been eerily bugging me. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Since
bring
this
it on.
morning. This morning, my wife is an avid hiker.
Okay.
Right. She's
Okay.
currently
Yeah.
pregnant, so she's jonesing to go hike. Right. But she's an avid hiker, and around here, REI, and I don't know if it's a national thing.
Well,
or what.
northwestern, it is national, but northwesternly, like being where we're at, yes.
Right.
Because REI is based out of Washington, if I am correct.
Washington. Okay.
Yeah.
So REI, when you walk in, nothing special. Like it doesn't just scream something at you like it's its own deal, right?
Right.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
Until you start walking around and looking at everybody in REI, and it's like, why is it that everybody in REI looks like they did porn in the 70s?
Oh, that's a good question. It's yuppie heaven.
Oh,
So-
yeah. No, and see, and they carry some of the best hiking and overnight like hiking camping stuff ever. But you literally walk in and the kid greeting you, 18, full mullet, porno stash. Okay, short shorts, got his little vest thingy on, and I'm
Right.
like,
Yep.
okay. If you weren't 18, I would literally assume you did porn back in the day,
Right.
right?
No,
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah.
Everyone in there. I mean, I was literally greeted by mustache after mustache after molestache after molestache. I was like,
Mustache.
what the fuck? Okay, and I walked in there full beard, full redneck, sleeves half rolled up, says
Right.
Hillbilly Deluxe on the forearms, right? Nobody wants to fuck with me, too. This is the funny part, right?
Well, yeah, because you're real. They're not.
Yeah, when I walk through that door, they like we're walking around aisles and shit, and these motherfuckers are like moving out of my way. And I've got a cart. Granted, I have the 3-year-old in the cart,
Right.
or as I
Mhm.
was told the other day, the 3 3/4-year-old.
Oh, no, please.
Oh.
No,
It was
who-
by the 3-year-old. So
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
okay, I'll
Okay.
give that one
All
to you.
right.
Because as a kid, that's something you do,
I-
right?
That's important as a kid.
I get it for the first like 2 years with parents like trying to
Oh,
describe
my
what
God.
stage
If
they're in.
anybody tells me that their kid is 74 months old, I'm ready to just do some fucking Jackie Chan shit and fuck someone up.
No,
Like,
no,
I'm not cool with this.
So
Yeah.
you can give the month old within the first 12 months. You can go month by month. After 12 months, now
Yeah.
you're in halves.
The way I say it is, or to stay safe with that whole thing, is to go by the same sizes as like the diapers, right? Or like
I
the
got you.
clothes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
So they don't switch over until it's like 3T. So at 3T, then it's 3, 4, 5, right?
Yeah.
So it gives you overprotective mothers to 2 years. At 2 years, if your child isn't 2, I'm smacking the shit out of you.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
2. He's not two
If
and a
your
half.
child
he's
is
not
26 months
2 3/4.
old,
Yeah.
you better watch out. because I'm gonna smack the dumbass right out of your head.
I would actually put it at 18 months. If they're anything older than 18 months,
And I could get with that. 18
No.
months is like,
and I'm okay with the abouts or will be turning. Like you can be like,
yeah,
they're
3 turning 4 in 2 months.
yeah,
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's 3 3/4 to her.
yeah. I can do the math, but I don't need you to give me a month by month play by. It is, and I go up to 2. Like that's kind of where I draw the line. Once you're past, no, they're 2.
Yeah.
For a whole year,
Right.
They're 2.
So
Yeah,
I've got the
agreed.
3-year-old in the cart, and I'm walking around in there, and I look up at this guy who's standing in the middle of the aisle, full mullet, right? It's in full swing. He's trying to pick up some yuppie bitches at the REI.
Right.
Totally cool with that. Everybody's got to strut their stuff. He
Got your
turns and
thing.
looks at me, and he
Yeah.
has this sawed off man stash, right? And I'm like,
What
I appreciate
qualifies
you,
as
sir.
a man stash to
this
you?
thing looked like world's largest caterpillar in full, like ready to go into cocoon.
Ooh.
Like, I mean, it was like a brick
yeah,
of
so
just man hair right there on his lip.
so
and I'm
it
like,
was
damn.
thick and tight and like rolled.
It was a straight up. Who's the guy that played? Who's the mustache guy that they know? What is it? Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck.
yeah.
Yep.
It was a straight up Tom Selleck mustache, and I'm not gonna lie. I looked at him and I was like, I can respect that molestache right there. That man stash, I can respect that. And he stepped back out of the way, looked at me, and was like, "Go right ahead." And I was like, "You, sir, have things I do not." And I went past him and I said, "Thank you." And he goes, "I like your beard. You ought to try growing out." And he goes, "Fuck that. I got my man stash, and that's all I need." And I was like, "Yep,
Yeah.
nope, that's a correct statement, sir. You have the truth. You have been told the truth. This is the truth. I will leave you be."
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Away we
Fair
went.
you are tight on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him, I could give it to, right? Like he looked like he could back up his man stash, but everybody else in there, I'm like,
Not
if I
impressed?
came at you with a high pitched scream and a bitch slap, you're running like a little princess to the fucking first Debbie Donuts that you can find, and you're gonna hunker down underneath a bar somewhere and hope to God they feed you donuts and coffee.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you
100%.
fucking-
No, I get that.
Only one of them that actually stepped out of my way with a little bit of respect. Everybody else was kind of like, this motherfucker's here in my way. And I was like, why don't you go chew on your mustache a little bit more there, you princess?
Yeah. Well, you're always gonna have those people.
I've seen women with stronger mustaches than some of the men that were in REI today.
Oh yeah. No, I get that.
Mhm.
Yeah, the stash. I have a different route to take this though. I have legitimate questions. Although I love a good mustache topic. Sam Elliott's got a hell of a mustache.
Sam Elliott is,
Oh.
and I don't know why you would fangirl me like this, but Sam Elliott has the mustache of mustaches, in my opinion, because I can tell you right now, that mustache has seen many a cigar, many a problems, many a fucking beers,
No,
whiskeys.
yeah.
Like it's the epic stash of all stashes. I one day aspire to have a stash like that. If I get that, I will shave the rest of my beard. I will have that stash.
To me,
And
when
actually, he's got a Fu Manchu.
he does, but to me, with the stash, it's with Sam Elliott. It's not the stash; it's the voice. I mean, that voice gets me wet.
Oh, dude,
He has the voice to back up the stash.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. We were
Yeah.
watching The Ranch for the first time.
Oh, never
Okay.
seen.
And the ranch is great. Right, okay, but he like it comes
Okay.
on and you go through the first episode, and I looked at the wife and I was like, "Are you ready to be pregnant? Because we're doing it right now." She was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Get in that room, honey."
Yeah.
Hey, I mean we.
Yeah, no,
he does.
Yeah, he's got it.
He is.
That's what makes the bowling movie, The Big Lebowski, that much better.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
Right?
That's very
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
in the grand scheme of things, it's just a bowling movie about 3 guys who got mixed up with the wrong guy who stole his fucking rug and blah 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 blah. Right? And it's this
His
crazy
poor
shit.
rug.
Mm.
I
But
just
it's
want my
all-
rug, man.
I just want my rug, man. It's all narrated by Sam Elliott. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
this is horrible. I
Oh.
can't watch it because I'm thinking, throw the ball. I want to go into the bedroom and throw a ball right now.
well, here's my next question though. If somebody had to narrate your life, would you choose I'll give options. Would it be Sam Elliott or
Okay.
Morgan Freeman?
Sam Elliott. 100% Sam Elliott.
If we're going for a dramatic effect, it would have to be Morgan Freeman. If we're going for like pure manliness, it would have to be Sam Elliott.
See,
He's got it.
Yeah, you're the question mark here because as
We
the
know who he wants.
as
I
the
do.
redneck, he has to go with Sam Elliott. That
I don't think
Okay.
it's even a have to.
It's a given.
Because
Yeah.
I'll go non-redneck road here once you get done explaining what you're explaining.
But for me, yes, as the life coach, oh yeah, it's Morgan Freeman and the thought
Mhm.
process and the
He's got the voice. He also has the I don't want to say stature, but the elegant, he has the
He's got the presence, like
yeah.
the manly presence.
when you hear
What do I want to call? I'm thinking of big words, so hold on. There might be a lot of smoke.
Well, I would tell you when he starts talking though, when Morgan
Mm.
Freeman starts talking, everybody kind of stops and turns and they're just and the listening is intent. They're like, ooh, what's he gonna say? Like they want to know. Where when Sam Elliott starts talking, panties just drop, and even the dudes are like, "Oh my god, I'm so wet right now."
When
It's
Sam
an
Elliott
intensity
starts
thing.
talking, you're seeing 6-shooters getting drawn, and everybody's gunning
yeah.
down the outlaw in the road at high noon. Like that's how it's gonna go, right?
Yeah,
It's Sam Elliott or Clint Eastwood.
Sam Elliott.
No,
hands
Sam
down.
Elliott's got him hands down.
Fair enough.
Clint Eastwood, if you're looking for the I'm gonna fuck you up, like he's got that.
I would tell you if you were in a gangster situation, you bet your ass it would be Clint Eastwood.
Really, I don't
yeah.
see Clint Eastwood in the gangster situation.
Exactly. In the gangster situation, you know that everybody has respect for idols, right? And that one guy steps in and he just kind of has that raspy voice where you're like, you've been to war, you've seen shit, you know things, right?
right.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you have or you haven't, which I believe he has, or at least was in the military at one point in time.
I'm not sure.
I believe. And
Which
if I'm
one,
wrong,
Sam Elliott or Clint Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. Okay.
But I don't
know.
100% think he was like overseas or doing any crazy shit. But I believe he was in the military. But like when he walks through the door and he starts talking, all the gangster shit just comes to an end. Because they're like, no, this guy's one up me in a way that I can't one up him here
Mhm.
today with this gun. Like I can't.
So another guy I really like to hear talk, and from what I know of Clint Eastwood is only because this would have been in the 70s. My aunt. Well,
I didn't say what
Okay.
movie is it that sticks out in your
no, it's not a movie. My aunt actually, when she was working, I think a casino or something, I do believe it was in the 70s.
double Snickers.
Ran
Mhm.
into Clint Eastwood, like he in there.
Really?
Yeah, she said he was a total asshole.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can
Okay.
see that in
Everybody
again,
has their day.
Well, not
I don't
only
know,
that-
maybe it was that. I don't know.
and that's
Maybe
early.
he is.
That's
Oh.
early Clint Eastwood, 70s.
Yeah.
I'm sure the ego was huge and stuff. Now the dude's lived some life and that he may be great when you see him. But the other guy I love to hear talk is Al Pacino.
Really?
Al Pacino. I'm trying to
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
Give me a reference here.
Well, he's Scarface.
Oh, yeah.
Say
Why
hello
the fuck did I miss that?
to my little friend.
You say hello to my little friend.
But
Yeah,
he has
perfect.
has some great moments just in other movies where there's some dramatic to him. He has some flair about him where like Morgan Freeman's like
sophisticated.
yes, where
That's what it was. I was.
It's
thinking
more
of.
like theatrical.
no, it's like the voice of God. Like that, you could put that voice
Is that
as
just
the
because
well,
he's
the
been
Bruce
the voice
Almighty.
Of God? I was gonna say
Well,
because he's been
no,
the voice of God.
he has, but like when you
Yeah.
think of like Shawshank Redemption, just that
Classic.
he has that tone and that you're just like, oh, okay, I feel much better now. Like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm saying the life coach. Like, you feel like if you needed therapy and you were laying on
Okay.
the couch and Morgan Freeman's the one telling you the things you need to do, you're just
Okay.
gonna be like, you're right. I've totally missed this my whole life, and I'm gonna get up and do every last thing you told me to do to
Right.
fix my life. And again, Sam Elliott's that man's man. Sam Elliott is also the one where you think of, I come onto the porch and he's sitting in the rocking chair cutting an apple with his pocket knife, and he's going to give me this
Okay.
great piece of
Fatherly advice.
yes,
Okay.
right.
Right? So this is that road that I was going to tell you. I mean, amongst going down the redneck road, if he's a cowboy and he's always been cowboys in his movies, and he's always been that tough gunslinger and all that stuff, right?
Mm.
Right.
He has a father-like way about him.
Yeah, Sam Elliott
has
has
that, like-
the voice where you feel like he's not going to
He's
deride
gonna
you.
wrap his arm around your shoulder, and he's gonna walk you through a situation that you didn't know how to handle because you're just that young buck, and he's just gonna teach you how to step up to being a man. You know, like he just has that fatherly,
Wisdom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, he's not going to give you a hard time. He's going to give you the great life lesson, but he's going to do it in a way where he could tell you piece of shit. You're just like, oh my God.
He's the dad who
knows?
could tell you
Oh,
what you did, but 20 minutes later be throwing a football or baseball in the front yard with you, getting ready to cook burgers for dinner.
and if he looked at you and told you you were disappointed, you would be absolutely
Fucking
crushed.
Yeah.
You would be in the worst mental state you could possibly be in.
Here's the
Mhm.
other thing. Any of these men confront you in a dark alley, Morgan Freeman is the least scary.
He's not
Well, if we're
scary.
going in that situation, yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like you run into a Clint Eastwood or a Sam Elliott in a dark alley, you can shit your britches and run.
Well, and
Okay,
that's
but
I'll
Morgan
put-
Freeman comes in, and you're gonna think maybe there's a soft, cushiony red pillow with a heart on it somewhere that you're like, oh, I mean, yeah, it's kind of ominous, but oh, we'll be okay. And then all of a sudden, gunfire rings out, and you're like, ah, Sam Elliott would have saved me from that way before
but
Morgan
Mhm.
Freeman.
that's what I like about Pacino. He comes off as the crazy. Like you wouldn't want to be stuck in there. He'd be so
See-
animated, and he would be the dude you were like, that motherfucker's crazy. Like,
Yeah, you be out
yeah,
at that. I mean, you hear that, and you're like, I'm gone.
yeah.
Like you
Mhm.
would immediately sniff the coke off your mustache and run like hell,
Ooh,
right? Like
But-
that's.
there's another guy that I could listen to talk all the time over all of those guys. 100%. Wish I could talk to him every day. I would just sit there and let them talk to me all day, every day.
Who is this?
Christopher Walken.
Nope, I'm out.
I'm
out. Nope, not doing the
Okay.
Christopher Walken thing.
No?
No. That
Oh.
guy would drive me. It'd be like listening to Gary Busey. I'm out.
No.
I can't fucking.
No, I can't do
Done did
Busey.
ski.
No.
I'm
Now,
gone.
Busey's nuts. Christopher
They're
Walken.
both nuts. But
Well, we
that's
probably
not what
are
I'm saying.
now.
Yeah, but
they're
Christopher
talking.
Walken is the good nuts. Like not the
No. Even when he was on the good team in Joe Dirt, I was like, no. Which I have to immediately give a shout out to our good friend who I call Joe Dirt, Elizabeth.
Ooh, you have another shout out you have to give, or we have to give.
Oh yeah, and hopefully, or if we're talking about the same person, hopefully
Shout out time.
she will be on Riverside with us at some point in time.
We're not talking about the same person, but
No.
yes.
Yes. For our viewers on TikTok, Dragonfly, and I can't remember the rest of her screen name. She has done a tremendous job of helping us out. She moderated for us last week on my live, and hopefully we can get her on the Riverside app here our second go around tonight
Yeah, I'm sure we
And-
can.
Mm.
and get it all figured out so that she's piped in there. She's a great person. She's an amazing person, to be honest with you, and she's helped us out. She loves the podcast, all that kind of stuff.
A+.
So the
Who
person,
is the other shout out that we have to give here?
and I'm actually gonna have a quote unquote call to action with this. So the
Oh, okay.
the other person
All right.
we have to shout out. His name is James.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, no,
And-
I totally forgot about this, and now I feel like a shitty human being because
Don't
of it.
feel like a shitty human being, but James he actually does raps.
Yep.
James was really instrumental and really awesome. So if you're watching us live or you've seen any videos with us, right behind my head is a giant picture that says "Dose of Dysfunction," as Brock's putting it on my
Yep, on our
Instagram.
TikTok.
Yeah, you can see it, and it shows up on our YouTube Live, Twitch Live. If you're watching this on, or when you listen to this on Spotify, if you do it through the video. So
Yep.
and we
Mhm.
have a lot of other cool stickers with this same logo and our Spotify like QR code.
I would shout out the business that he works for, but they have asked me not to. So James and I forget his last name, but he has been a huge help and a huge supporter of us.
Yes.
With all of our stickers and trying to help us come up with some designs for stickers and shirts and things like that. So yes, James, and if you have any questions and you have a sticker you want made, and you
Let us
you
know.
anything
We
like
know
that,
a
let
guy.
me know, and I will get you in contact with James, and he will hook you up. He's a good dude.
Right on.
He does great work. He wrapped my snowmobile. And I haven't talked about this a whole lot, but we plan on getting a Dose of Dysfunction vehicle.
Potentially, yes.
And so
Cool.
when we get that, he will wrap the whole thing, and we're gonna have some gremlins, and we'll throw pictures up on everywhere. And
Yeah.
I'm sure
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
see it if you live locally. You'll see it around town.
James has been absolutely amazing. We really greatly appreciate it. My call to action here, I was thinking about this actually last night because I went to a kind of a benefit concert, but it was actually in a like little warehouse type building, and it was downtown, and it made me think of, oh my God, there's all these cool
The Factory?
downtown places. No, it's actually called the Shredder.
The Shredder.
Yeah.
I've not heard of this
This
one.
sounds like a
Okay.
Ninja Turtles place.
Well, it's little, and I'll be honest,
Okay.
it's not a big venue, but the throwback is it's very much, being that I am the elder statesman, so to speak here. It's a throwback to
just easy words for the fucking old guy.
yes, pretty much, but
Mhm.
it's a throwback to my teenage years. Like when you go in there, it's a throwback to my teenage years. They've got punk posters all over the
Oh, yeah.
wall. Like
Okay.
it's a throwback to what teenagers, when I was a teenager, did. The places they go, or early,
Go out and play with a
early
stick.
20s, when like that's a place when I was 21 and could drink. I'd go.
Write their essays into stone. with a
Yeah.
chisel.
Yes.
and-
Yes.
Yes, the Stone Age.
And-
Yeah.
And we had to walk up to the venue uphill both ways.
Snow, barefoot.
Yeah. All of those things.
Yep.
Yeah. We had to
No,
do,
like we haven't heard that from our grandparents before,
Right.
right?
Oh, of course not.
but that being said, it the thing that's very similar to this kind of I'll call it kind of like a guerrilla style concert venue. I was like, oh my God, I need and would love if any of our listeners in these places they live, I will send you, if you will sticker bomb places like
Oh my
this.
God.
There you go.
I
By the
will-
way, if you see a red box in Nampa, Idaho, and it has our sticker on it, please don't turn us in.
But
She understood the assignment, but a little too
Too
good,
well, right?
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, if you reach out and you're in, it doesn't have to be a metropolitan area, but if you love that scene, you're in that scene, and you go to these places, I will send you a ton of stickers. If you will sticker bomb the shit out of, like,
Absolutely. You
Oh,
know what? I
yeah.
would love to see a ton of stickers at the gorge.
yeah, I mean
Interesting.
anything like that.
Fucking A. Anywhere
Mhm.
you have a sticker wall, and I've thought about this, about going to Seattle and just stickering the fuck out of the place because it's such a dump and a shithole, but everybody wants to go there. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you are afraid to pull your phone out and hit the Spotify QR code that's on the shitter wall while you're taking a dump somewhere, you need to man up. All right. When you stand up, you better pull up your big girl panties and fucking QR code that shit and listen to us, because I have told a certain person who is going to be traveling across the U.S. to plaster every shitter, every like sticker wall, every stop sign, anything he can find, just sticker it. And if you see this vehicle traveling cross country and you've heard of us or you've seen the sticker as he travels cross country, and I'll give it to you this, we're going from west coast to east coast, like
We're going
all the
straight
way
up.
across.
This thing's gonna roll up through Washington State,
Yep.
roll clear across the country to Florida. I mean, he's
He's gonna
he's
go down
rolling
Damn.
down
all
the
the way.
western coast and then come back here to Idaho and then go clear to Florida. If you see this thing and you take a picture of it on its way to Florida and you send this picture to the Dose of Dysfunction, I will pay to have a shirt, a hat, and a full set of stickers for you sent to your door.
Oh, 100%.
Right on.
So that's
Maybe
what I'm saying.
even a surprise something or another.
Yes. So I kind of, and that's what I was thinking when I was watching or looking around. I was like, oh my God, I want an old school
Sticker bomb.
advertise it. I want,
Yeah.
I call out to people to just go sticker bomb places like this, because honestly, I think this is our audience anyway.
Right.
Okay.
So, but I want that grunge style, almost guerrilla style marketing of like, oh, we're going to go out and
Guerrilla.
we're just going to, yeah,
What would Limp Bizkit do?
kind of. But I think that's kind of who our audience is, and to a degree who we are. And that's why I kind of want to, I don't want to take it out of that. Look, everybody wants to promote themselves. We all want to be big rock stars one day, right? We want all that, but I kind of want that.
Have 15 cars.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, you knew where I was going with that. I love to throw in
Yeah.
weird references, but
an episode of Cribs.
my other part of that though is I want to go back to this cult like
I'm out. I don't want to do a cult thing.
no, not making a cult, but
No, I want you
Yeah.
to help notice us. That's
Yeah,
more or less.
but that's
And
that.
as selfish as that sounds, the better I can help you be dysfunctional and
Yeah.
goofy and fucked up and giggle at the fact
Mm.
that there are two guys who get behind microphones on a consistent basis with a guest most all of the time
Yes,
and just be fucking goofballs to make you feel better, hopefully.
but I look at it like the cult like following, not a cult, but when they talk about like bands or certain people that they
Yeah.
because
it's the Pulp
a
Fiction
fan
treatment.
base.
yes, this cult like fan base, but it's not like I'm okay with it not being the mainstream thing, right? I like
Mhm.
the idea
An
of this
underground deal.
The
Underground,
underground
yeah.
scene. Yeah.
The first rule about Fight Club
is
is that you don't talk about Fight Club.
yeah.
Except for in the first rule about Fight Dose of Dysfunction is that you talk the fuck about Fight Dose of Dysfunction.
But I like the
Yeah.
idea too of like that that obscure reference. Like I would love for us to become that, almost the cool way of like, if you know about us, that makes you cool. Like, do you ever have that with
Mhm.
people where you'll throw something out there and if they get it, there's like
oh, yeah,
that
like the Dose of Dysfunction?
Yeah.
The what? Oh, okay.
They're
Yeah.
not in the in
And you-
crowd.
Yeah, and as you can see, I got a new lid. Brock's
I
got
don't
a
have
new
mine
lid,
on,
but
it
he's
is
not wearing
currently
it.
out in the truck because Casey bought me a
I know,
crap
it's-
hat. Stuck a lot-
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's a good hat. My problem is it
It's hot.
rubs my head funny.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh.
biggest issue. But I do love the hat. That's why I've put it on the dash of my pickup, because everywhere I go, I want somebody to look because everybody does that.
Oh, my wife has actually succumbed to the fact that now I have started wearing a hat again when we go out.
Oh no!
And she gets it. She's okay with it. She's kind of let it go, but it was funny. We were having the conversation at dinner with my kids. She's like, "Yeah, you guys don't know that, when your dad was young, he used to wear a hat all of the time."
Back in
Yeah.
the Stone Age of
Well,
Casey's youth.
So then, to make my children feel as awkward and uncomfortable as I possibly could, I explained to them why I quit wearing a hat. Have I ever explained this to you?
I don't know, but I'm a little concerned that it has to do with your nightly habits.
Oh no. I have no clue.
Here's better yet. I'm a little concerned it's going to get me banned from TikTok.
No, it won't. I quit wearing a hat because it got in the way of being able to make out with, well, now
Yeah,
my
okay,
current
yeah,
wife.
Okay.
yeah,
But
okay.
it was one of those things. I decided I like to make out with girls much more than it got in the way. And it was like, no, this is how I'm going to roll.
I've just learned how to move it in the right direction. Plus, the making out thing isn't a big deal for me. It's the eating sushi part that for me is
Yeah, it doesn't work with the hat.
and you just
Yeah.
kind of move it up a little bit and everything's great. Or you
See,
take it
I'm
off and toss
prepared.
it across the room in a dramatic effect. I got you, honey.
Well, and in that though,
Pull out the the Sam Elliott voice.
Mhm.
All right.
the other part of that though is currently, and I've elevated myself to a position in life that really job wise I can't.
Yeah, job wise, we can't wear it at work, but I mean, I've done it.
Oh, we
But
could,
The other
depending
thing
where you
too
sit.
is being that this is a great opportunity for us. It is not the greatest opportunity for where we work, just due to the fact that we talk about things that you wouldn't talk about on a professional level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But even
That's-
still, I've worn mine at work, and it's one of those things that this is our thing, and we do it outside of work, and I think that's more the conscious factor.
Here's where I can tell you with work that I know it's not an issue, in the fact that when I was leaving the other day and had the hat on, my boss walked up and was like, "That's cool. I like it. Like, I like what you did."
Cool.
Well,
Not gonna stop wearing mine then.
and the boss
Even
actually,
if it rubs my forehead a little wrong.
can't always get rubbed right.
Oh, this is true.
Okay.
As long as it does the job in the end, does it really matter?
I mean, no.
No. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
as a male.
Let's do this.
Ooh.
Let's move on to a better subject, because at this point in time, we just sound like we're blasting ourselves to everybody.
We kind of are, but I do.
Yeah, there's self promotion there.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
there
I
is.
would tell you throughout this being, we're 60 some episodes in,
Mhm.
we have yet to be totally shameless in our self promotion.
I do have to say that
Mhm.
we don't really put a whole lot out there, and what I do have to say is I super appreciate the fact that we have over 2,000 listens.
Actually, sir, that would be over 3,100 listens.
Yes, we have
There you
over
go.
3,100 listens.
Yeah.
We have 49 of the 50 states. So if somebody in Rock Island could please fucking
Rhode
listen-
Island, not
Rhode
Rock
Island,
Island.
sorry,
Rock Island.
Rock
Yes.
Island.
Yes.
No, if somebody in Rhode Island could
Just
listen,
listen,
to us,
that
that'd
would
be great.
great. Yes.
But
So
we
if you
have
know
upwards-
somebody in Rhode Island, please get them to listen.
Spread the word.
or if you were in New York, go to Rhode Island and listen to us, because the thing will.
It
I
might.
don't know. Maybe it won't work.
I don't know if it will or not.
But
I mean,
knows?
considering
have-
some of the countries we have listens in,
well, that's
it's
what I'm
like,
saying. We have 49 of the 50 states. We have most of your major countries.
yes. You know what struck me as odd though, that I hadn't thought about the whole time, and then I saw it on the analytics. We just got Canada. Like, of all the other countries that somebody's listened in,
Our neighbors from the north.
we just finally caught a
That's
Canadian.
probably just because they hate us just to hate us a little bit. Like there's animosity there just because we have a better name.
I'm gonna say maybe it could be my fault too, because I think more than once I've expressed a little disdain for Canadians. Although on
Mm,
TikTok,
Fucking Canucks.
I
I
do-
mean, you dig Canadians.
I do follow
nice
a guy
save there, redneck.
that is, I think it's Chuck the Canuck, and
I follow a couple of Canadians.
well,
on
this
different
I'm
things.
I'm sure I do, but this one I know is Canadian, and he does this really awesome kind of dance. I love it. And he does the strongman stuff. He like rips the cards in
Oh,
half and shit like
yeah.
that. Anyway, I'm a fan. I like his stuff. He has pretty good content. But that being
I love
said,
how that's always their go-to. I could rip a phone book in half. Yeah, but if you dropped your pecker, the only thing you'd fucking do is, well, hurt yourself.
well, yeah, no, that's true. So that being said, though, I do have a topic, and
Okay.
you said pecker, and actually this
Wanna see my
coincides.
pecker?
Oh my god, what a nice
So-
segue.
Yes,
Wanna see my pecker?
and actually, depending how this conversation goes, that may wind up being the title of the episode. So
There you go.
this week I went. So we'll have some personal life stories, and it'll be TMI. And Brock will know where I'm going here in just a second. But
Oh, great. I'm glad it's TMI and I know what's going on.
so
This ought to be good.
so
Okay.
this week I went and had a consultation with a urologist.
Oh, yeah, to cut
Huh?
off your pecker.
They don't cut off your pecker.
What?
Okay,
Okay. I don't know
So,
any of
I'm
this.
surprised you openly want to talk about this.
I actually do for a couple of reasons. One, because
I'm going to strip real quick because it's fucking hot down here.
I-
That alcohol's not
Oh,
doing me real good.
so
Yeah.
there's two. I have some reasons why I want to talk about this, but partially is just the entertainment factor of it.
reasons.
So I went to go see a urologist so I could get a
That's a pee-pee doctor if you
Yes.
don't know.
Mm.
yes.
Actually, I think it's more a testicular doctor.
well no,
Well, that's
they can see women too. It goes
That-
with your
no,
urinary
that-
tract.
That's called an OBGYN.
No, because we're not anyway. Yeah.
You're focusing on the wrong part of the story here.
Yes, you're focusing on the wrong part of the story. So that being said, I went to a urologist. My reasoning for going to the urologist was for a consultation to get a vasectomy,
Okay.
to get the snip, which
Mm.
Chop, chop, motherfucker.
most
At least you won't need the underwear with the ball hammock in it anymore.
this is true. And that again, you don't understand what the snip is, but
I mean, I do, but the joke is funny.
yes, the joke is funny. But I was going through this whole consultation, and in my head, and this is what happens when you do something like a podcast, all I'm thinking
Oh,
about
no.
is how all of this interaction makes the story, right? I'm like,
Right,
oh my
yeah,
god,
yeah.
how can I turn this moment into a story? And so I'm going through it, and the guy sits down, right, and he's asking,
Mhm.
he says, why do you want to have a vasectomy, right? That's first, because
Right.
they have to
Right.
quantify it, because they will
Well,
actually,
yeah, because if you're young enough, they're like,
they'll try to talk
"I
you
don't
out of
know
it.
that this is a good idea for you, bud.
Correct. They
Yeah.
will try to talk you out of it.
They try to papa you in there, like they're trying to help
Yeah.
you keep.
Well,
your-
they need
your
more
line,
tax-
Your
Yeah.
name going on.
So he looks
Yeah.
at me, and I look at him. He's like, "So give me a reason." I was like, "Well, I'm over 40, right? You're gonna miss.
Am I gonna miss?
I don't know. We'll find out."
Bucket.
Banked it.
3-pointer.
Should have betted on that shit.
I said, "Look, doc.
Fuck, now I need another beer.
Yeah, I'm over 40. I have 2 kids. My wife would really like to get off birth control."
I could
There
see
you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And ultimately, easier for me to have this than for her to have her tubes tied.
Okay.
So
Correct.
he asked, and my
Because the fucking to-do list you would run into is huge.
right. And so he asked like about the kids, and I was like, well, I have a 12 and a 7-year-old, and he understood.
12 and 7. Shit, I thought it was 11 and 9. Fuck.
No, it's
Oh,
12
wow.
and 7. Anyway, he says, no, it would be, if you had a kid now, it would be a little difficult to start that all over again. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And my wife being of the same age as me,
Mhm.
quite honestly, I don't want to have a kid right now because think of this: when this child graduates, I would be damn near retirement age. I don't want to be 60. And,
Casey's over there with his walker.
yeah,
Go
right?
to third base.
Oh,
as
no.
He's chasing the kid down the fucking
Yeah.
line.
I mean, I know people have kids much, but I've had my 2 kids. I'm content, right? We're not
Mhm.
looking to expand anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and
When
again,
you had 2 boys,
y- I-
you're warrior status right now.
I am, but I'll be honest. There's part of me that wishes I had a little girl, just
It's
because.
amazing.
Yes,
and
and
because he walks through my house every time before we do the podcast, and my 3-year-old little girl Maggie loves Casey, loves him to death. She would go. She can be as shy as possible, like as shy as she can get, right? But a good example is yesterday at work.
Mhm.
The wife brought me lunch, brought me some powdered supplement for my drink, whatever.
Yeah.
She comes in, she walks back, or waddles back. She's 7.5, almost 8 months pregnant.
yeah,
Waddles back with Maggie, and the pregnancy's done great things. By the way, Maggie keeps up with mom,
Mhm.
so that's
There you
good.
go.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But they come back, and she hasn't really met or hung out with anybody but 2 of them, Adam and Casey. And when they go to leave, and when they got there, it was, "Hi, Casey. Hi, Dad." And I was like, "You little shit." First off. But then when they went to leave, she gave me kisses. I give her kisses. She runs away. I tell her I love her. She loves me, the whole thing. Then she says, "Bye, Casey," without being prompted. And then she turns
Aw.
around, and I had to prompt her to say bye to Adam. She doesn't see Adam as much.
Right.
But she turned around and she knows Adam, so she said bye, Adam, and away they went. And you could see the look in Casey's eyes, like, "I just want a little girl. I want to have a daddy's little girl."
There
You
is
could
a-
see. I thought he was going to cry for a split second, and I was like, "Well, she knows you enough at this point.
Yeah.
You could take her wherever." I
Well,
would.
what-
I needed a babysitter.
I
know
was
who I'm
gonna
calling.
I was gonna say, if you need somebody to watch Maggie, she could always come to our house. I'd have no problem with that whatsoever. No, and again, I'm content with that. And my nieces, to a degree, are that for me.
Yeah.
I love them to death. There's nothing I wouldn't do for them. And I also know I'm blessed with having boys, because if I did have a little girl, I would be the most overprotective father in the fucking world. Like,
Trust me.
yeah, I get it.
I have ammo for a reason.
Yeah, no.
Well,
It
there's
has
something
nothing
special.
to do with war.
Yeah, and I'm not a gun guy, but that would make me want to go out
Oh,
and buy
yeah.
a gun,
Yep.
right?
Oh, I
You
would
know,
get the
just-
phone call.
Absolutely.
"Hey, what gun should I buy?" Casey, why don't you come over and we'll unlock the safe and talk about some things.
Yes. No, 100%. I get that. I mean, they would be on a pedestal. Yes, I would. They would be my little princess, no doubt in
she
my mind.
is, man. She's not only my little princess, but what I would tell you is my dad and I don't have the greatest relationship. And he was hard on me, and we butted heads a lot and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Don't have. I actually, if I was a stripper in a club somewhere, somebody would have to say, "Yeah, he's got daddy issues," because that would be more correct.
Right.
Because my dad and I never got along, and up until she was born, my dad and I it was oil and water. Right?
Well, and I can tell you, even from having boys, because I got along with my dad, but he's a hard ass type guy too. There is something about delivering that, especially you're the first grandchild.
Mhm.
There is a special moment in delivering the first grandchild that gets you.
Oh, don't get me wrong, Grandma T and Papa are definitely excited for the boy.
Right.
But what I will tell you is that Maggie Ray has definitely got a spot in Papa's heart that I don't think
the little boy's not going to get
is
that
gonna
spot.
have. No, he's not, because my dad is the same way. Like, when it was me and my sister, right? It was daddy's girl, mama's boy, right?
Oh yeah,
That's-
100%.
that's
That's
how it
how it
is.
works.
I can tell you right now, when it comes down to like birthday presents or Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, whatever, I will walk up to my dad as a man and I will say, Happy Father's Day, Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Merry Christmas. But when I walk up to my mom, I'll pick her up off the ground with big old bear hug, big
Mhm.
old redneck manly hillbilly deluxe hug, and I'll be like, "Happy birthday, Happy Mother's Day, Happy, Merry Christmas."
See, there's something special about a father and a daughter and a mother and a son.
Oh, 100%.
There
Yeah.
totally is. Like, I'm the only one of the three of us here that's not married and doesn't have kids. But with me and my own mother,
Lucky bastard.
we have a yeah.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
And,
Right.
like, with me and my own mother, like, I love my father to death, and I always will. But my mom and I, we have a special relationship where, like, we have activities that just the two of us do,
Oh, 100%.
or just things that the two of us do. And I know that, like, my dad with my sisters is probably the same way. There
Yeah.
is a special relationship between a father and a daughter,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
a
yeah.
mother. And there
No,
totally
there
is.
is. I mean, it was growing up in my world was, I mean, my sister, I have an older sister, and there were,
Well, hold
Her
on a
and-
second.
Yeah.
It's just you and her, right? Or is
It-
there another one?
no, it's just the two of
just
us.
the two of you.
And
It's
is,
just the two of us in my size, me and my sister.
yeah.
I
He has
know
3.
you have multiple.
No, you have 4. Or you have 3
I
siblings.
thought there
There's
was
4 of you.
4.
Yeah. There's 4 of us total.
You and then
I have one brother and 2 sisters.
okay, so there's 2 boys, 2 girls in your situation.
And both
Okay.
boys are probably mama's boys.
Yeah,
And both girls probably gravitate more towards dad.
they usually do.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I know when shit went wrong in my life, like anywhere something bad was happening, I
Mhm.
called mom. Mom was the buffer between dad. It was like,
I feel like that's a disciplinary act, though.
it is to
Right?
a
Because
degree,
can be.
but
when mom comes after you, there's a whole lot more explanation, which boys need. Boys need
Mhm.
that explanation
Yeah.
because when dad comes after you as a boy, it's a lot rougher.
oh, much rougher.
Unless you're one of these pussies now that think that you need to be like mom and hugs and kisses and all other bullshit.
But
you need both.
yeah,
you
No,
need both
you
of
need a
those.
mom and a dad. That's
but the
that's
one,
systematically explained to you through the prison system.
yeah,
Okay.
no, I don't
Yeah.
disagree with you there. You need both. You
Fuckers.
need both of those influences in your life, and I'll tell you why you need both. And I'll use my own because I think I grew up in a pretty. Yeah, so did you. I grew up in a very traditional American family. Like,
Very much so.
you
And
know,
my,
Same.
and my little girl is doing the same.
right.
Like I'm pretty close to, and everybody said, "Oh my god, I seen your dad right there, and you disciplining your kid or doing this or doing that," and I'm like, to be honest with you, my dad raised me, and as far as I feel,
Yeah.
that's a pretty solid fucking person to raise, and I may be wrong. Okay, y'all can tell me whether I'm fucking wrong or not, but
Right.
I feel like my parents did a pretty good job. I pay my bills, I do my things,
Right.
I take care of not only myself but my wife and
Mhm.
my kid, and I look out for humankind. I do what I can to be better.
Yeah.
And
It's the raised right. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
you and so
it may be not raised as fucking
nah.
soft and gentle as you. Okay, that's great. I'm glad you got more hugs than fucking ass whippings, but I didn't, and it taught me shit.
Yeah, no, there's I think everything's unique and you have to have some discipline in your life and your parents can't be perfectly lovey all the time because I don't think that teaches you a goddamn thing. You need to know the differences between things and that's their responsibility. So they're going to do shit that pisses you off. And like I said, I was raised in a very traditional American family. My sister used to butt heads with my dad all the time, partially because they're a very similar personality, but she really wanted his respect. It mattered to her, right?
Mhm.
That mattered to her. So she was looking very hard. She wanted to hear that all she ever wanted to hear from my dad was that she was right, which wasn't going to happen. But
Okay.
yeah.
Not happening, sister.
Yep.
So me being different was I recognized that was going to be butting your head against the wall. So it was like, How do I smooth this over? Mom, but
Mhm.
at the same time,
100%. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you weren't a mama's boy, I'm sorry, but we don't have a whole lot to talk about. Because I tell you right now, if it came down to dragons and crazy shit and whatever, there are 4 people I'm looking out for. That's my immediates.
oh yeah,
At the moment, there's only 3, even though one of them he's alive, very much alive. He kicked the shit out of my hand the other night. He was not happy with that.
I love
There are
that.
3 of us and my mother.
Yeah, no,
I mean, my sister, my dad. Yeah, as many of us as I could pile in the bus
yes,
on our way to
but
Armageddon. You bet your ass.
right,
That's
but
what we're
there's
doing.
still a ranking system, and
But
there
when it
is.
comes down to it, it's going to
Yeah.
be a very tough decision to let go of my wife's hand or my mom's hand.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
then I'm going to think back to I'm be like, who bought me the best birthday present like that? And
Right.
I'm be like, I don't know who thinks what here, but
well, but so like it for me.
we're all headed to Valhalla, and fucking.
But the one thing I remember growing up traditionally, as much as my dad was a hard ass, he was also the guy when the chips were down and shit got real. He was the put his arm around you. We're gonna get through this.
You don't have to rub it in.
Well,
That's kind of where I'm at.
no, I get it.
That's good though. Everybody needs that dad who's willing to do that.
Well,
I never had that, but
I did. And so when I talk about my kids, because I have 2 boys, and yes, they're both mama's boys. Mom is first. I also know with my older one, when shit gets, he comes to me first because I'm a little more understanding.
Mm-hmm.
My youngest, who is just like my wife, will butt heads, will completely butt heads with me. But when shit gets real, when it's something needs fixed or he's hurt, dad wins.
Oh yeah, dad is the go-to.
Yeah,
when shit's gone
Oh,
super sideways.
yeah.
Well, a father is the protector and guardian and safety net,
Yes,
and the mother is the heart and soul.
The nurture.
the nurture,
It's the nurture thing. But it depends on the situation who you run to.
It is in my situation. My oldest son is so much like me. It's not even funny. But he is also.
He's a hell of a fucking batter.
He has.
I can tell you that much. He's gonna be a softball playing motherfucker when he turns 18, and we're gimping our asses around.
We'll get him there.
He'll be hitting homers. He'll be hitting dingers.
He is me to a T at that age almost. But he is so sensitive. He's got this sensitive, like, sweet soul.
You can tell he is, and I don't want to go too far. If I go
no,
too
you're
far,
fine. You're fine. You're fine.
This is Scythe, and he is what I would tell you is in high school, he's going to be a teddy bear.
Oh,
100%. He's going to
100%.
have Casey's size and stature. He's a bigger boy, which is great. If he ever listens to this, we are all bigger boys.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I mean, Eric's the smallest of the bigger
boys.
here.
Not by a whole lot.
But,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He will be a beautiful picture between you and Amanda. He is.
Oh, yeah. He got
he's that big boy with that.
What is it? The gentle
sweet
giant?
Side. Yeah, exactly.
100%.
He would
There it
definitely
is.
be a teddy bear.
But there's some rage in there, and that comes from mom. No, he will be.
Oh, that comes from mom. Way to cough out.
100%.
Those are the
I'm gonna
people-
tell her to listen to this.
Yeah,
episode.
Those are the people you got to look out for.
No,
though.
100%. What I've always said is that is Scythe will be the one who runs his mouth, or no, Scythe will be the one that has to get his little brother out of situations,
Yeah,
and it'll
here's
probably be Scythe's words that get him out of situations because Rucker's gonna fucking.
Here's where I see it. Okay, Rucker's the linebacker. Rucker's
100%.
going to be the kid he's got his linebacker jersey on. He's got, it's game day, whatever. And he's going to say the wrong shit to the wrong person. The fucking bullshit bully who's got the leather jacket and the fucking switchblade and you go back in day to all that shit, right? Rutgers is going to be the one who has no filter.
100%.
He's going to be the one who's
Okay.
like, this is how I like it. This is what I want. Fuck you. Fuck
Yeah.
this. Bullshit. We're moving on, right?
Okay.
And Scythe is going to have to be like Lenny, who comes out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
the big, gentle giant. And Scythe is going to have to wrangle somebody into the bushes and leave them there. And that's what it's going to be, because Rutgers is going to be this, you know, like prime candidate for being the best kid and all this stuff. When you realize that Scythe is going to be the one who feels obligated to take care of Rucker,
Oh, 100%.
and he is going to, like, you're going to look at him and be like, oh, what are you going to do? And then mom's temper and dad's size is going to kick in.
Yes,
And you're going to get your asshole, or you're going to get your elbow stuffed right up your asshole, and then there's going to be a phone call made. Hey, so Scythe beat this kid up today, and police are going to get involved in whatever. But because he's taking care of his little brother, is how that's going to go.
Oh, 100%. And I'm going to walk in and go,
He has the biggest heart. Like, you can look
Oh,
at
yeah.
Scythe and you're just like, he has this heart that I can't believe he's standing, because I can't believe he's holding up a heart that big.
yeah, no, he's a sweet kid. I mean, he really does. He really cares bigger than what he is. And that's hard to do because
He's a big boy.
yeah,
Mhm.
he's going to get my size for sure. He'll probably be bigger than I am. And
Oh my God, I can't wait.
yeah,
I can't imagine
I
that.
cannot wait. I'm going to be sitting over there with Scythe being like, okay, here we go. I
Yeah.
taught you how to arm wrestle. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
do this. I got money on you. Let's do this. I believe in you.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going to set him down at the table and be like, Casey, bring your ass to hither. And I'm going to pumping him up the whole time and be like, all right, here we go. Scythe. I'm rubbing his shoulders. Here you go. You're going to just lay into him. I'm going to put a, at first, we're going to start with a 5.
Yeah.
Because I'm not rich by any means. I'm going to put a 5 down, and I know how tough you are. I'm going to put a 5 down and be like, all right, here you go, Scythe. I got you. You're gonna teach your old man how it is today.
Oh, he will.
And then you both are going to lay into it, and you're going to whip his ass. I'm going to lose $5, but hey,
No,
whatever.
no, I'll tell you what, that was a very defining moment when I was out of the house on my own and my parents came to visit me and my dad started to kind of mess with me a little bit because he was one to like to wrestle around and stuff, which I get. I do the same thing, you know. Well,
Sometimes I hate when people talk about their relationship with their parents, because I didn't have that.
well,
It's always fun to watch you guys talk about it, but it's like, man, I kind of got fucking cheated.
Well, everybody has a different relationship with their parents.
Oh,
'Cause,
100%.
It totally changes person to person.
It does. My dad was he could be a hard ass. He was a pushy guy. He was that kind of odd balance of I was afraid of him. He was gonna be a hard ass, but he did know when to dial it back in. So it was weird. There were times you're like, God, he's being a real asshole.
Mufasa.
But and also in younger, I thought he was as I get older, I appreciate what he was trying to do with me when I was younger that I didn't understand.
Absolutely.
And so that's where I go to most people and I try to even tell my kids, look, there's going to be things that happen at this age and you're going to be upset with me and you're not going to understand why I said or did that, but you'll eventually wind up at an age where you go, oh, that makes sense now.
Well, let me
Mhm.
reiterate that, because there are people out there who do listen to us who don't understand this. You don't have to be on their side, and you don't have to back up your children to teach them a life lesson.
No, 100%.
Parents
you
are
don't.
not always their children's friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you literally just hit the nail on the head. You will do things to your child that they don't understand, but will respect later.
Oh, yeah.
Just because they hate
Oh,
you
yeah.
right now, grow the fuck up, put on your big boy or big girl panties, and realize that you're parenting a child of society in the future.
Yes.
Not now. You don't have to be their fucking friend or any of that other
No,
bullshit.
they're your
You
kid.
need to be a fucking parent. I know this is going to be hard for people to hear, okay? But these people one day will be fucking putting you in a home. And
Yeah.
if you didn't teach them correctly, might as well put your balls in a vice and fucking cut your dick off because you're fucking yourself 100%.
Well, and I've always been a huge advocate of, time and place. And especially with kids, there's a time and place for whatever. And
There is.
absolutely.
And it's hard to learn too. How many times did you go through something with your oldest kid that you were like, maybe I did this too stern. Maybe I wasn't stern enough. Maybe, you're growing up just as much as your kids are as they're growing up.
And I'll tell you,
I've made some mistakes.
Oh, we all do. And I hearken back, though, to my parents. And I think of the same thing. Were they perfect? By far not.
No.
But there was never a doubt in my mind. Even then, even if I didn't like it, I never once felt like they weren't trying to do the best for me.
Right.
Regardless of how they were doing it, I know that the intent was always, we're trying to do the best for you in the best we know how. And again, I explain that to I talk more, or I probably have deeper talks with Cy than Rucker, but he's younger. He doesn't care.
Kid doesn't quite know. Plus, I feel like Rucker's a little more of the I'm gonna blow up and then fix it later type of kid too.
Oh, he is. Yeah. He is. Like, he gets the...
Where Cy he's a little bit more gentle-handed.
Yeah,
he's a little bit more fragile.
Yeah, he is. You have to wrap your arm around him.
I feel like that's Eric when we get him hammered.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%.
When
you're not wrong.
Eric hammered, it's like, come here, buddy. We'll rub your tummy. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Because he needs that. And he's, as the only person here who's 1 out of 4 children instead of 1 out of 2.
Yeah.
We've definitely had to, it's okay, buddy. It's all right. We got you. Yeah. But we kind of form our own brotherhood too.
Oh, 100%.
Well, see, among the 3 of us, I'm the only one here that doesn't have kids of my own yet.
No.
But I still, and I kind of harken back to what you were saying, is that, well, I'll look back to my dad when I was younger. Looking back, I totally did not see it at the time. And maybe that's just what comes with age, what comes with, well, now I realize parents aren't perfect figures. And that until you actually have your first kid, parents are learning just as much as anybody else.
Oh, trust me, it doesn't stop after the first kid. I've said this many times.
Constant learning experience.
Yeah, you have a learning curve with every child.
Oh yeah,
so
and every child's
too.
different. Well, and I look at my own dad, like when I was a kid, and I think back to the time, man, I was such a shitty kid sometimes that. And I knew that I screwed up when my dad was like, okay, go to your room. And then he take out the old weathered brown belt.
Mm-hmm.
And we got acquainted.
Yep.
We got well acquainted. We were on pretty good terms with that belt when I was a kid. But I didn't see it at the time. And I hated it. I hated it so much. But now I look back and I think, what would I have been like if he wasn't like that?
Different. You'd be different.
Yeah, see, but that's parenting. Is you're providing the path for your kids,
and you have to look too in there are times as a parent you're gonna go overboard, and there's times you're gonna underreact and not go far enough.
Oh, and that is most of today's fucking parents.
And I will tell you,
underreact or overreact. There's never that confident.
Well, it's a constant learning experience, especially if it's a situation you haven't come to before. You don't know how to react.
Right, but I will tell you, and I'm guilty of underreaction. I really am. And
it's because you're sensitive.
Yes, and but when we're talking parenting, I would tell you,
put Casey in a box and ship him to France. Fragile on the fucking side.
I would tell you, my wife has a tendency to overreact, and no, it's not because she's a woman. So let's not go there.
No, because I will tell you, in our relationship, that is my fault. I will tell you 100% that as a dad, I feel most of the time that I come off incorrect. Watch my wife deal with our daughter, and I feel that sometimes I'm wrong,
Right.
and I acted like my dad did with me. But I have to remember that my dad acted different with me than he did with my sister. And
Correct.
so I feel that
Mhm.
I am wrong, and I'll spend the next 5-10 minutes walking around the living room going, "What the fuck were you doing? Why did you do that? No, you needed to have done this. You needed to have acted this way. God damn it. Slow down next time. Yeah, I know it makes you mad, but you need to relax." All that kind of
Yeah,
shit.
but you're learning. That's part of learning. Your kids teach you as much as you teach your
Oh,
kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean,
Are
they
you kidding me? I didn't know they were called the ABCDs until my kid told me they were called the ABCDs, because I grew up thinking they were the ABCs.
yeah.
And I'm
Hmm.
like, this is cute. This is awesome. And I've never heard a 3-year-old say frustrating, but it is fucking great.
Oh, dude,
by
that
the way.
video is priceless.
Yeah, I showed it
Priceless.
to
Yep.
you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, little kids trying to say any big word. It's hilarious.
No, it's fun to listen to, especially
Oh,
when they
yeah.
get it right.
As soon
And
as
you're
I
just like, wow, you're,
Oh yeah.
you know,
I'm gonna tell you right now, I've never heard a little girl go, "That was heavy as a sumbitch," and me be like, "God damn it, you make me proud right there, sweetheart." 'Cause
There's
she
still
did.
time there, resident redneck.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, she walked out, and I think we talked about
Hmm.
this before, but she walked out of her bedroom. She didn't quite know how to work a wheelbarrow yet. And she got
Yeah.
this little radio flyer wheelbarrow for Christmas.
Mhm.
She carries it out of the room. And at the time, we had the little baby gate up that had the kind of, you push a button and swing the gate out of the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she gets it through the baby gate. Well, when she did this, she had to like fully extend her arms and hold all of the weight of the wheelbarrow and what was in it outside in front of her. And I was like, God damn, that's tough, right? Like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, she's gonna be a bodybuilder, type of thing. She gets through the gate, she drops a wheelbarrow on the ground, she like reaches up and does one of these numbers, and she's like, that was heavier than a sumbitch. And I went, fuck. But no, I was perfect. I was so
Daddy's little
proud
girl
because
right
you
there.
used it right. You used it in the right context. You bet your ass that wheelbarrow was heavy.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's maybe refrain from saying some bitch, but you're
Yep.
right.
Oh, yeah. No, and that's
It was a proud papa moment.
It's
Not gonna
great.
lie.
But I would tell you in my experience, I actually would rather have the balance of the overreact, underreact, because in my own, I think there's times my wife, I'm like, God, you're overreacting, but then I'm like, oh, there's times I don't care enough. So like,
Well, here's where
Yeah.
I'll tell you, and this brings us back into that statement I said a couple weeks ago. Weak parents will raise weak children to be weak adults.
oh
right?
yeah,
And it kind of goes into that way. Hard times will create hard
man,
men, but hard men will create weak times, and weak times will create weak
man.
men. And as far as you take that, it works the same way in the other direction,
Oh yeah,
because you can only be as strong as your co-part when you're parenting. You
right.
can only be as weak as them too.
Correct. And so striking that balance, and that's what I look at, like in my own, because I don't care who you are, you can only dissect and relate to your relationship and how you guys do as a team in parenting. And again, that's why I say there's a balance, kind of because we both can be on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Mhm.
It creates that balance, because there's moments where maybe I need to overreact and I don't, but she does. So they get that. And there's times that she may go a little too far and I'm the opposite way, but we reverse that, because there's certain things that I get to go, I start to go clear off the rails, and my wife's like, stop, you're
Mhm.
wrong. And it's like, oh,
Pizza or burgers? We got to ask the question. Pizza or burgers?
um
Are we talking right now or just in
Pizza or
general?
burgers? Answer the question.
Yes.
Pizza.
Pizza. We got one for pizza. Pizza or burgers?
Bane of my existence right here, man. But burgers. I could eat a hamburger
So we
every
got
day.
one pizza, one burger.
Okay.
Pizza.
Yeah.
I love pizza. We had it
Yeah.
today for lunch.
You lucky guys.
I'll be honest. So last night we went out. We had to do something, so we bought pizzas for.
Therefore, I mean pizza.
We bought the
2
brother-in-law watched the kids, and we bought them pizzas.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
my lunch today was their leftover pizza from last night. So
Leftover pizza is amazing.
oh yeah,
That
Warm,
is.
cold, whatever.
You could eat it
is
either way.
But what I will
purity
tell you
of
though,
food.
Absolutely.
there's nothing better than a good burger. Nothing. I don't give a shit. I know people steak this
I
that,
have to agree with you.
but man,
A
you
good
have
burger.
a good burger. It's like
It's got cheese on it.
It's
and
sex in your
onions
mouth
and
right there.
barbecue sauce and
Well, okay, here's something I can share.
bacon.
And
some onion
Oh my
straws.
God, you're making me
like,
hungry
yeah,
there.
See?
Well, speaking of
I've
burgers,
almost
though,
made a mess in my drawers here.
Oh, man.
Alright, and I put new drawers on, by the way.
Uh.
Yeah. They're these like super vented ones too. My balls are getting
there you go,
there,
getting a
but
draft in there.
Right.
We'll
Well,
try
see,
them
it's
ball hammock ones out later.
I've had this personal thing that I don't even remember when I started doing it. I really can't remember the moment I started. But every time I try out a new restaurant
Yeah.
that has the option of burgers, it doesn't matter what else they have on their menu. The first time at a new place that has burgers, I have to try one.
Yeah,
And,
and
it
you
kind of
look
sets the tone for the restaurant.
right.
So
You look
anytime-
through it too, and you're like, "Ooh, how were they creative with their burger? What do they
Yes.
have that somebody else doesn't have?"
So here's
Yeah.
here's how I go through it, right? Because I haven't processed this shit.
Mhm.
All right.
Men and
Go
their
to a new
eating
burger
habits.
place, right? The first burger you order is their burger,
I agree.
right? Their
Okay.
what they think is their
Like a signature
Bohemian,
burger
yeah,
kind
their,
of a thing.
their signature burger. It's
And
got
they
their
all
sauce,
have their
shit,
like,
whatever.
yeah,
There's specialty or
Oh,
whatever
oh,
they
yeah.
call it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they all have that. Right?
For me, it's totally
The-
different.
Yeah. We're gonna go to Mom and Pops Burgers, right?
There you
And
go.
you're gonna order the Mom and Pops Pop Burger. Okay,
Well, that's
first
kind of
thing.
like their pride and joy kind of
right.
thing.
First
Yeah.
thing. So now you're gonna sit down and you're gonna indulge in this burger. And
right.
you're gonna think to yourself, all right, I've never been here. I gotta figure out, is this a good burger place? Do
Mhm.
I want this burger? Right. So you go through it and you're like, okay, 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Right. Or 2 out of 10.
You
Right.
give
2
it a
out of 10,
ranking.
you don't
Yeah.
go back.
Well, I
Okay.
can tell you right now, the best burger I have ever had was my own creation when I worked at Burger King. So I will never be able to have it again.
Unless you
Hmm.
cook it at your house.
Nope, it won't be the same.
Why? It
Be-
had
No.
fucking king sauce on it, didn't it?
It did, but
Ay.
the thing about
Mm.
this is the way Burger King cooks their burgers. It is a broiled burger. You send it on the little conveyor belt.
Casey's
Yeah.
over here. How do I broil this bitch?
No, so I can't duplicate it at home.
Okay.
Okay.
But so my burger there was I would broil 2 patties, and this is the other brilliance. I got to get them fresh off of the grill, right?
Okay.
Right. So they come straight out, drop off.
Fresh, sizzling.
So it
Yeah.
would be, I would take the burger, I'd put 2 slices of cheese, next
Ooh, a
patty,
double slicer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
2 more
Double cheesy.
2 more slices of cheese,
It ain't easy being cheesy.
and then I would actually, and this
Mm.
made me understand why they say they use X amount of pickles, onions, and stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
I would put the 4 pickles on it, right, to get the quadrants of the burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
Oh,
the
yeah.
square. Yeah.
I would put the 2 tomatoes,
Okay.
which
So it's
help-
over tomato in the middle, but it's right
yeah,
about on
it
the
is.
edges.
It's right
Mhm.
about on the edges. And actually, I like tomatoes, so a little over
A little bit
tomatoed
over,
when I
yeah.
get.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
the same way with burgers.
Yeah. and then I'd only use like one piece of lettuce because I'm not a big lettuce guy. Yeah.
Yep.
And
I'm
then
not a fucking rabbit, dickheads.
right, a healthy amount
Mhm.
of the Big King sauce, the like dressing, like a nice layer of it. And the only thing close to it in a fast food burger is actually the Big Carl.
Really?
The
Yes.
big
At
Carl.
Carl's Jr.
The Carl's Jr., the Big Carl at Carl's Jr. is the closest thing, but it doesn't have pickles and tomatoes.
The Big Carl
Okay.
is a great burger.
It is. It's
So-
fucking delicious.
Here's
Okay.
where I will tell you that I've come across burger greatness. Okay,
And I
one-
fancy with that, to cut him off, is I have worked
Nice.
at a burger place and a pizza place, so I've
and
been
a
able
Chinese
to.
place.
Yes, I've been able to
I
make.
have seen Casey walk through the Chinese place as a child and was like, "He's a really big white guy." In the Chinese place.
So anyway,
Okay.
burger heaven for you.
Burger heaven for me is a home built burger.
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
that.
Obviously, the first time you go somewhere, you order their burger. You want to know what their signature shit
Right.
is, right? Now, depending on a scale of 1 to 10, because that's how fucking Americans rate things.
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
our. Yeah, no, I
You
get
1
you.
to
Okay.
10 everything, right?
Oh.
So any
I
situation,
give it a 10.
I
A
give it a
10.
fucking 10. Okay. So any situation that you land in as an American, you immediately think, God, that was like a 4, right? Like shitty situation, oh my God, that was a 2. Okay, but as an American, when you try a new burger place, new burgers, whatever, right? The
Yeah.
first thing you should do as an American, because it's un-American if you don't, is try their house burger.
I agree. Yeah, I can see
Right?
that.
To some extent, but also I have to disagree with that. But that's just a personal thing.
I fucking hate you. No, it
Okay.
just is.
Yeah.
And I'm going to guess you have your burger that
I
you
do.
want to try that you're like, okay, if they make this burger right, I can eat here again, right?
I
Okay?
do.
Mine is you try their house burger to give them the benefit of the doubt, right?
Yep.
Right.
God damn it, I feel like I'm tripping over my tongue.
It's okay.
But you try the house burger. Once you've tried the house burger, then you come back for a second trip if it was good enough to come back for, right?
There you go. Yep.
The mushroom Swiss burger, if you fuck that up, I will never, ever come back.
See,
Really?
and that is the first thing I try at a new place. I don't even
The
like Swiss
mushroom
cheese.
Swiss burger
Really?
Yeah,
is
but that is
fucking, what do they call that thing where they put
Teeter
sand
totter?
on this side,
Oh.
gold on this side?
Oh,
It's,
a scale.
a scale. Yeah.
God, I feel dumb.
See,
But
that is, yeah.
it
If they
is
fuck
the
that up,
scale tipper of all burgers.
Really?
yes.
Oh yeah, if you too much Swiss and not enough mushroom, I'm out. If you
Yeah.
overload with mushrooms and you don't give me shit for cheese, and it's the other way. If you balance that out perfectly, I will promote you like it was my own business.
See, that's odd because
That is it.
I'm
That's
not
exactly
a mushroom Swiss burger guy. Like I
See,
won't eat it. Like I see
Well,
it
you
on
don't
there
like
and I don't.
mushrooms, right?
No, I actually do.
Is it the Swiss that you don't like?
No, I don't mind Swiss. It's just a burger that I see that I'm not like.
Okay, so we're probing you into
Yeah.
the future here. We're going to mushroom Swiss burger.
I must have to try it because I'll tell you what, and this a lot of people will probably disagree with me, but part of to me
You might be surprised. There's a lot of motherfuckers that don't like mushrooms.
well, no.
Jeez.
To me, a classic American burger is you got your burger,
Yep.
you have American cheese, not
Agreed.
cheddar, not Switter. With a burger, it
Here
has
we
to
go
be.
into the disheartening fat of American
Yeah,
history
but-
right here.
Amer-
A classic.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, but a
Yep.
classic American.
I'm with Eric.
It's got
Yeah.
cheese on it, and
Mhm.
it's got to be American cheese.
Okay.
You're gonna put mayo on it.
Okay.
You're gonna have lettuce, tomato, and ketchup. That is
I agree with the
classic.
last three. Well, I can see, yeah, that kind of the
That's like-
stereotypical burger kind
right.
of an idea.
That's a stereo,
Yeah.
and you may have like the Whopper kind of sums it up. The pickles and the
Yeah.
onions, like it does.
kind
Well,
of.
no, it does. It kind of has what everybody puts on a typical burger. Like it's got all the elements.
Preschool.
It does. Well, and to take that and actually, Brock, you kind of touched on this a little bit. Is for me, the mushroom Swiss is it the
ultimate
defining factor.
balance. Yes.
And I've only found one place here that has done, and this is a local thing, so people out of state probably don't know this. There's a local place here, and I haven't been there in probably at least a year, that they made the best
Where's the
mushroom
place?
Swiss. It's called the Ranch. Have you
Oh.
guys been to the Ranch?
I've been to the ranch.
I haven't been to the ranch since they turned it into a pecker on pecker. Bob.
No, you're
No,
not
it's
even.
not a bar.
This is a drive-through burger joint.
Yeah.
There's actually one by the D&B over off Overland.
That's what I'm talking about. They
thinking
made-
the bar.
No.
God damn
No.
it. Yes, I
They
will
have
agree
made
with you.
the best mushroom Swiss.
100 fucking percent. It's the only thing I will order from them.
Oh, see.
yeah.
I've had a couple burgers from them. Their burgers are decent, but not mine. Actually, one of my favorite burger places that doesn't exist, at least here anymore, was the... Oh, crap. I just lost its name. Well, it was like
Here's what I will tell you. As
Mhm.
far as scale goes, Bad Boys was one of the top.
They're okay.
You know
Because
what
Bad
you-
Boys used to make a real fucking burger.
They do, but you don't want me to tell you the best thing to get from Bad Boys. There's two great things to get from Bad Boys. Their chicken strip dinner is amazing. It's good, but their breakfast burrito, the one that has
Their
like
breakfast burrito is fucking below you in the parking lot. Amazing.
yes, it will be, and it is the
My
type
wife to this day will not eat a breakfast burrito unless it's from Bad Boys.
yeah, and you're
And
not.
by the way, y'all slipping. Okay, y'all slipping big time because fat boys like me show up at your fucking drive-thru and you fucking do that chintzy McDonald's garbage like you've been
Yeah.
doing. Y'all slipping.
I-
Y'all slipping enough to where I'm about ready to light shit on fire. Okay, because your
Whew.
breakfast,
Yeah.
your
0 to
breakfast
60
burrito is fire, but the rest of y'all shit, McDonald's 100%.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that breakfast burrito, I know it's a meal in itself for the whole day. You eat
Oh
a Bad Boys
God.
breakfast
Yeah.
burrito,
Bad
and you
Boys
are good.
breakfast burrito, you're done. You're cooked. You're eating half that fucking burrito. You're putting it in the fridge. 3 hours later, you're eating the other half for the rest of the motherfucking day. You're sleeping on the couch.
See,
Yeah.
now I haven't had a breakfast burrito
Oh,
from Bad
Are
Boys.
you
The-
fucking
The
kidding
Bad
me?
Boys.
No, I have.
You're not even an Idahoan at
Yeah.
this point.
No,
Oh.
it's the shit of breakfast burrito.
I gotta
That was
try it.
some taco sauce.
So
They'll give you
let's-
the little taco sauce
Oh,
packages.
yeah.
Okay, I got to ask you guys because
Oh
both
my
of you
God,
have
I'm
tried
gonna
it,
have to go
right?
change my
yeah.
shorts.
How does it compare to Los Betos?
Fuck
Better.
Los Betos.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is
I
it
love
really?
Los
Yeah.
Betos to a
Yeah.
point of like, if we have to get Mexican food, and we're getting lunch, right? We're all at work. We're throwing into the pool. We're gonna get lunch.
Yeah.
Your ass better be going to fucking Los Betos because that's
No, it's
the
good.
Yeah.
authentic Mexican food here in town. But a breakfast burrito, what I will tell you, was invented by rednecks, built by rednecks, understood by rednecks, and loved by rednecks.
Yeah,
I gotta
this
try it now.
I mean, this one
Yeah.
has like when they put ham on it, it's
they have fucking ham, and they have
yes,
eggs, and they have
and it's like
Oh,
nice
they
thick
have
Canadian bacon
love.
style ham pieces.
Okay.
okay.
it's chunks.
It's full
Chunks
on
of pig on your fucking burrito.
yes, it's full on bacon strips.
There's
not
so
just-
much grease.
bacon
That
like the
the
bits
second
or
it
whatever.
touches your mouth, it cleans you out.
Yeah, it's full on bacon
Okay.
strips
Uh,
and it's full on link sausages.
I love
Oh,
sausage
yes.
links.
Yes,
Yes.
and
with
it's
eggs
yes.
and onions and just
I will tell you, this burrito
Hey.
is probably at least 8 inches long.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
At least
it
8
looks
inches long.
like You know that tube of hamburger meat you get at the grocery store?
Yeah.
It's like that.
So
but the
is
wrapping,
it like is
No,
it
and
just
it is.
Oh,
It's
a big
a
old
good-
fat
double
thing like
hander.
that?
You're probably in a diameter, probably 3 inches. It's
It's a
probably a
porno.
3-inch. Yeah,
it's a
a
double
porno.
hander.
it's a 2-fister, and you can't, and you're not gonna fit the whole thing in your mouth. If you can, I mean, you're in the wrong business. That's all there is to it.
Are they open right now? Because you guys are selling me on this.
Well,
They are.
but
No.
they're not serving breakfast.
Yeah, they're not serving breakfast.
But I can tell you, that's one of those places you go and you pick one of those up. Oh,
That is the
I gotta try
ultimate
this now, yeah.
hangover food too.
Oh,
because if
yeah.
So you bite into it and then you tip it upside down, and the grease that runs out of this thing is
I mean,
Is
it's heaven.
nothing
It's like
short
No, I totally get
of
it.
a
Yeah.
like a godsend act.
yes, and they give you, and I know it sounds so generic,
Zeus looked down and was like, "Grease that burrito."
right? And you get the taco sauce packet, and I know
Oh,
it's generic,
yeah.
but man, you put some taco sauce on that, and it's like
I love me some taco sauce.
Yeah, it's straight up sex in the mouth. Like
Oh,
that's
it
how I'm
is.
gonna put it. It is like an
It's
orgasm
like
in
two
your
people
mouth.
fucking in your mouth.
Yes,
It is. That's what it is. It's the whole experience. It's not like puss in your mouth. It's not like cock in your mouth. It's the whole experience.
Yes,
Bring it
it's-
all together. Bam. Sex on your tongue.
like
I think we need to be sponsored by them now because we just came up
Yeah.
with their new advertisement here.
I can tell you, I could have a full stomach just eating a meal, and if you were like, "Hey, you want one of these
I've got
burritos?"
this
I'm like,
Bad Boys burrito, and you'd be like,
So it's one of
Fuck
those
it,
that
kill me
hunger's
now,
got
I'm
nothing
gonna
to
do
do
it.
with it, right?
well, it's one of those that even if you're full, you're gonna make yourself sick full because you're like, "I have to eat this. This is so
Okay.
good. I have
it
to have
needs
it
to
in the
be
moment."
a car freshener.
Hang one of those up on your rear view mirror.
I don't
Hang
know
a
if I
big old fat fucking burrito on your rearview mirror, like, oh my god, and all your friends hop in your car and be like, "Why the fuck does it smell like breakfast burrito in your car?" Because fucking the gods have blessed me with a mirror hanger breakfast burrito.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's straight up.
gotta
It
try
is
one of these
It
now.
is like my favorite breakfast.
it is the
food
hangover burrito.
Oh yeah.
Of all hangover burritos.
Yeah. If
Okay.
you're hungover, like the next day after a long night drinking, that is the cure.
Oh, fucking 100%.
That is amazing. Actually,
100%.
I would tell you, if you could pull it off, it would be the thing to eat before a long night of drinking. Just
Yeah,
because
but they
it's
don't
gonna
hit
do.
Really?
except for early in the morning, so you got to preheat that bitch.
Yeah, and that's not quite the same. But yeah, you get one from them. Oh, it's good stuff.
I'm not
Okay.
fat because we don't have good restaurants around here, all right?
Oh, we do. We do.
I'm fat because we have them all.
And that's one thing I think very underrated about Boise. The food scene in Boise is actually pretty spectacular.
Oh,
Damn it.
I could
Hold
dive down into this
myself.
because I spent most of last year
In a
running
food truck.
a food
Yeah,
truck.
I was gonna say that alone.
I came into contact with so many other food trucks that had some food that you can't get outside of a food truck.
Right.
You can't. So I mean, I
You ever
totally get
run
it.
into the Sushi Bros truck?
Yes, I've worked with them many times.
They have their own store now. And I made the joke that it's Sushi Bros. Right? Like
Right.
the crazy
It's good shit.
Japanese, like Sushi Bros. Right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, how great would the commercial be if it's some white dude from Hawaii or some shit from
Right.
some island who's in there like, hey, bro, you want some sushi? You know, like doing that whole
Right.
fucking bit. Oh no, bro, you love the California roll, you know, doing that.
Yeah.
And then the commercial snaps
Mm.
back. Sushi Bros. Probably need to
Mm.
lay off the beer, but that was. I mean,
That's
that
it.
was.
It was pretty good. I'm
fucking
not
great.
even a sushi guy, and as a food trucker, this is kind of an insider thing. Is when you work with other food trucks, you just swap food. Like it doesn't matter what it is,
I'll
you just
give
swap food with
you our
everybody.
main
Yeah.
dish for your main dish.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right.
And we do that with all sorts of food trucks. I'm not even a sushi guy, but Sushi Bros, I had several pieces. Like, I didn't just have one to be polite. Like, you know, you do that to be polite, but when you go back again, that's when I know it's good.
You're like, I'm coming back for this. It's
Yeah.
not just a, hey, thanks, I appreciate that. It's like, no, that shit's good, bro. Give me some more.
Probably the best food truck.
Hey, I like your sushi, bro. Hook a bro up.
You totally could.
Some sushi.
Like, the best food truck that I ever worked with, and in fact, I would actually go out of my way to go find it. It's called A3. It's it's like one of those Asian fusion kind of things.
Okay.
And my favorite
Wasn't
thing,
that what you guys were?
no, we were just like regular Asian food. And not the fusion part. The fusion part is this: they had a loaded fry dish that it was French fries, but it would have like shit, I'm trying to remember I can't remember what it's called, but it was like a full meal on French. Like, you know what poutine is?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Poutang?
No, poutine.
Slightly different. Poutine
Poutine's
is
actually pretty good. It's like fries and gravy, and it's a Canadian dish.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, it's pretty good shit.
Done right
Is
is
it?
pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's
Think of
good
this,
stuff.
but for like Mediterranean,
Ooh,
where it was like a whole meal on French fries.
that's pretty awesome.
And you get like, it came like one of those stereotypical, you know, like the red, white, checkered boat.
Yeah.
Things, you know, whatever. But it was just mounded over. And for dessert, fresh fried Nutella covered beignets.
Ooh,
Hot out of the fryer,
that's some good
smothered
shit right there.
in Nutella sauce. I would go out of my
Nutella.
way to go find that food truck.
No, I could see that. I
Yeah.
could absolutely see that. I mean, I could.
For me,
Yeah.
it's like what you're talking about with the burritos. Even if I had just eaten a
God.
full meal and I was just loaded up and I
Right.
saw that and be like, I got a little more room.
Fucking
Like-
burritos.
Yeah, but you know, it's one of those things where you're like, I'm gonna make myself sick. You know that you're going to overfill yourself.
That's
Here's-
exactly what it was. It was so good. I would
This is-
stuff myself.
Oh,
This is one of
I
those
apparently-
fucking Idahoan things.
Hold on. Thank you, Jessica. I apparently forgot to mention there are cheese curds and poutine. So there's
there
fries,
Oh,
gravy,
there's
and cheese
fucking
curds.
cheese curds?
Oh yeah,
It's-
poutine's
yeah.
some
Who
good
is
stuff.
this lady, Jessica? What the hell
We
is this?
we picked up a follower on
Woohoo!
Instagram, and she has chimed in to let me know where my mistake was, and she's correct.
You are a fucking loser. You have fucked this up. There are cheese curds and poutine, and you have fucked this up.
I have, and cheese curds are pretty dope all unto themselves. So,
There.
it's good stuff.
what I would tell you is, fried anything, you will catch the redneck's attention.
Well, yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
you
But-
can deep fry just about anything, but
To my heart and my soul, what I will tell you is, as an Idahoan, and I'm gonna guess you can guess this food, and I'm gonna guess you can guess it as well. But what I
All
will
right,
tell you
hit me with
is,
it.
there's a food that, as an Idahoan, as an actual true roots in the ground Idahoan, you cannot not order.
finger steaks.
What's your guess?
It's gonna sound stupid. The first thing that came to mind when you're like an Idaho thing, fry sauce.
Both of you motherfuckers are correct.
Yes, finger
Because-
steaks originated in Idaho.
I did not know that actually.
As a
Yeah.
purity 100% plant of Idaho, finger steaks, if I order finger steaks at your establishment, you A, do not have them, I will leave.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
B, if you fuck them up, I will leave.
Right.
Mm.
Okay, because I'm gonna tell you right now, finger steaks are not this gristly filled piece of shit
No.
that you fucking call finger steaks. Oregon.
I
To be
don't
honest
know.
with you, I'd be totally cool if we had 49 states in
What's
Oregon
that
was
place
the
that we
one.
used to get finger steaks from?
It's Diggs.
Diggs.
We had
fucking
this-
pizza.
Diggs. Oh my god. They had
Oh my god. Their
Ah.
finger steaks will punch
Barbecue
you in the
sauce.
balls and then suck your dick.
And you have to have it with their barbecue sauce. Yeah.
Their barbecue sauce is great. It's the
Ah.
perfect amount of spicy, but not too hot. It's like, oh, it is the perfect. Oh, do you want to talk about sex in the mouth? That's fucking you in the nostril, jizzing hole on your tongue. Oh my god.
Talk about mental
Finger
imagery here.
steaks is absolutely 100% an Idahoan fucking thing.
Mm.
I can't tell you how I've been out of state 9 times.
Okay.
One of the most disappointing things in the entirety of my existence is being out of state and not being able to order finger steaks.
Oh,
Fair
It
enough.
fucking upsets me to like a molecular level.
See, for me, it's fry sauce, and that's why I thought of fry sauce. You go
Fry
out of
sauce
state,
is shit too, because as soon as you leave Idaho,
they're like,
It's
what
not
is
as
it?
good.
Ketchup and
what is
mustard,
fry
or
sauce?
ketchup
we're
and
gonna
mayo
mix
together?
Some
No, it's not.
mayonnaise and some ketchup together. No,
That's
fuck
not
you.
fucking fry
That's
sauce.
not fry sauce. That's fucking horrible ass wannabe Oregon sauce.
I can tell you though that the best fry sauce that was ever here is no longer here, and it was at a place called Burger Time, who was actually
Okay.
out of Colorado.
Okay.
But I can tell you right now, their fry
Burger
sauce
Time.
was the shit. Like it was
Burger
the
Time
best.
made some very good fry sauce,
Oh,
but only, and let me tell you this may be heartbreaking for you,
it,
Oh,
it
no.
possibly could be.
Oh, no.
only in their Idaho location.
Really?
Interesting.
They didn't offer it anywhere else?
They were fucking Jews, Jewish with their fry sauce.
Ooh.
Man.
Because
okay.
Or let me say this: they were more or
We
less.
could have said stingy. Like
Yeah,
we
you could have
probably
said
didn't have
any
to
other
go
word there.
slightly
Stingy.
anti-Semitic there. Not
Stingy
even
would
slightly.
be a great
but-
word because they only served it in their Idaho store, in their Idaho location.
Oh, really?
Which, if you didn't know,
I didn't know.
Burger Time, right up here on Orchard, has now become some Hawaiian load of garbage
Yeah.
where fucking douche canoes hang out.
Hmm.
But the fry sauce at Burger Time now
Yeah. It's
is fucking ketchup and
mayonnaise.
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 See, and
I
that's
can't-
not fry sauce.
You
That's
need
not
some.
fucking fry
Wash
sauce.
Wash your thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, or wash your sister sauce,
Worcestershire.
depending on who
Yeah,
Worcestershire.
Yeah.
you need.
Um,
There's a couple
liquid
different
smoke
ingredients.
is actually the key ingredient to really tip that over the edge.
Which most of your snobby burger eaters, bitches, do not like liquid smoke. Which I mean,
What?
once you involve it in
Yeah.
real fry sauce, because we're not pussies here in Idaho.
Mhm.
It's a thing.
No,
it's a
it's
fucking thing.
It's 100% thing. No, it's good. You throw some liquid smoke in there and a couple other things, and it's like,
Mm.
I'm gonna
whew.
need to use the restroom here shortly. Okay, if you keep
Ooh.
talking about it like
I
this,
know.
I'm gonna need to get a couple wipes and
that's getting slightly aggressive.
She's a little bit aggressive. That's a little bit aggressive.
Well, I was gonna try to round this back into the conversation that started it, but I don't
Oh,
even know
wow.
how at this point.
Rabbit trail. Well, you started on the burger pizza. Speaking of which, can I change my answer to
that
burger?
was just a rabbit hole from
TikTok.
Brandon Park Place.
Yeah, he sparked a whole conversation.
Yeah, we
talked
rabbit
about
trailed on
kids
that,
man.
and burgers and burritos and all kinds of shit.
Because we were talking about me at the urologist, and we went
Snippy,
to
snip, snip.
Oh yeah, we
So
definitely
let's cut
got
the balls
off.
on this here, Casey.
well, we can finish up if we want to talk about me at the urologist, or we can do that in our next episode. It doesn't really matter, but Well, here I'll finish it off.
Let's finish this off talking about how your balls are gonna get cut off.
They are going to get cut. My balls aren't going to get cut off, but I am
What
going
are
to
you
get a
talking
snitch.
about? They're already got a fucking fancy little place in your
Yeah.
wife's purse ready for them to go.
It's a Carhartt purse. So it's well protected.
Oh, it's Carhartt.
Ah,
It's
yeah,
on the
it's-
outside, but
Mm.
it's soft
For
on
the working
inside.
man. Yeah.
For the working man ball. So
The working man.
So that being said, no, so I go, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're having this conversation. He's asking me these questions and some of the other things they ask. So what I found interesting, they go through and explain it, right? And he says, okay, so what we're going to do, there's these tubes called the vas deferens, and we're going to snip those and then we cauterize them, right? It's a
Right.
little incision here, and he explains how it's done. He's dying over here, by the way. But what I found funny is, yeah, the doctor tells me he's like,
straight face too, right?
Just
Yeah.
call them the French tubes.
yeah, the French tubes. Anyway, he says, this is what I love. What he says is, he says, okay, so we do this. You're dying over
I
there.
killed our resident redneck.
So here's what I love. They talk about, okay, we're gonna cut this. We cut like basically about a centimeter out of it, and they cauterize the ends. And he says, yes, it can be reversed, but it's not as easy as they make it sound. Like it's a
Okay.
pretty extensive surgery. And I said, yeah, no, I get that. You're trying to take a tube and like tie it back to a small tube at that. It's not like it's this, it's not a giant pipe they're putting back together.
As much as we
Yeah.
all love
Yeah.
to believe.
As much as we all want to
we
believe
all
it.
want.
So I was like, so then he starts going through the like potential side effects or things that could happen. And, he says,
Pecker may
Well,
not work.
no, your pecker works just fine.
Oh
That's
man.
a-
to see my pecker?
That's blood flow. And also
This is the amount of bacon he eats.
yes, yeah. I was gonna
Oh,
say
wow.
anything gonna stop that. It's gonna be my shitty diet, not the. So anyway,
God damn it! I don't know why it won't stand up.
well, I can tell you,
I need a piece of bacon.
I've never had a problem in that department. I feel sorry for any man who has, and they make drugs for that. So
Dose of dysfunction. We're here.
yes,
If your shit doesn't function,
Sticks and twine, man. Sticks and twine.
trust me, we have the knowledge.
so
of what you
he's
need.
he's going through this, and this is what I find really fascinating. Is he's going through it, and he's talking about it. And he says sometimes after you do it, there will be a constant, like a consistent pain. He said so. Sometimes you have to go back, and there's things they can do for that, but it could happen that way. And you're like, okay, there's always side effects.
Right. Yeah.
Here's what I love. He's kind of giving you the odds, but then he says somehow, and he's like, I don't know how this happens, but on occasion, it's very rare, but occasionally it will find a way to heal itself. Somehow
Really?
your body will find a way to connect these tubes back together all on its own.
It's like, tube broken. Gotta fix.
Well, 100%. And so then the doctor
Oh
busts.
no.
We lost our way, Jimmy.
The doctor.
We lost our way. We need to build the bridge.
No, that's 100%. So the doctor actually says to me, he uses the line from Jurassic Park of
Oh no.
Okay.
life will find a way.
Life will find a way.
There it
So
is. There it is.
And he even said it. He's like, to use the thing from Jurassic Park for whatever reason. And I'm thinking, okay, it's a big, complicated procedure to put these little tubes back together, but magically your body can be like, you know what?
Hey, Doc, you think maybe you could throw a slip knot in this motherfucker in case I need to use
Right.
it again?
It's
Yeah.
all I'm thinking is, do we maybe need to take more than a centimeter out, or like whatever their little thing
Just
is?
cut the motherfucker.
Yeah,
off.
it's like, where do we cap this thing off so there's like no potential here? But that's what I found kind of funny. He's going through all the deals. He's talking about how hard it is to actually reverse.
We need to cut it off. You're making me laugh. I'm about to pee my pants.
Okay.
Okay, we're on the wrap up here.
Let me slide in. I'll slide in the rest of the things. So then there's
And you're drinking more, dude.
I'm gonna slide in the rest of the
You like that?
Okay, perfect.
So, like you go through the consultation, you do all the talking, and like most guys, I'm thinking, sweet, we're done talking. We're all agreed. I'll sign the paperwork. We're gonna get this done. Let's go. And then it's like, well, no, now I have to do an inspection.
Now I
Right?
have to touch your testicles.
Yes. So then it's like,
Handle the
Every
family
man
jewels.
wants to
Yes.
hear that come out of a doctor. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, now we have to touch your balls.
Drop trowel.
Yes.
Okay,
Wait
yeah,
a minute. You got to do what?
Yeah. So you gotta.
I don't even let them do that now.
So you have to drop your pants and underwear and stuff, and they
Did you cover your butthole?
I would have
What the
caused
hell?
vapor lock. I might have passed out.
What do you mean, what the hell? Tell me going to the doctor. You're not like, oh, fuck, I gotta take my pants off. Can I cover my butthole?
Actually,
How can I do this? Let's leave my chonies on. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the fronts down. Come
All
on.
right, there, 6-year-old kid.
Fucking,
So-
are you kidding me? Every time the doctor came in, it was like, all right, son, you're gonna need to lower your britches. I'm like,
Yeah, no.
no,
Can I
my
get a
mama
new
told me
doctor?
about motherfuckers like you.
Whew.
Here's the front. Don't laugh.
So how'd the inspection go?
I feel like this is not appropriate for another man to ask another man.
Hey, I'm just trying to get him back on
Hey,
track
how
here.
was your testicular fucking?
So here's what's weird about it, because
I didn't say how are they hanging.
I would say the majority of men out there have gone through like a physical, right? We've all done
Right,
the
yeah,
turn
yeah.
your head and cough, right? But that's just right.
How hard is it to cough on the man?
Right.
Need a fucking cricket.
But that's merely a guy putting his fingers like right at the base and checking for a hernia. This is different.
I'm glad you
Right.
got that Super Bowl ring on.
Right. This is straight up
Mm.
getting your shit fondled. There's no
Let's feel
Other-
the testicular.
because they have to find the tube, right? So
Right.
you have this guy cupping your balls.
There's
Roll-
no more vulnerable
Yes.
position a man can be in.
Well, here's what's not awesome about it. They're like, because they're squeezing around, right? They're trying to find this tube. And-
hey,
and-
Doc, you got a puke bucket? Because you're scroping some shit that's gonna
Yes.
make me
Ooh,
fall.
And,
yeah.
and again, being that a testicle is a very sensitive item, and
Uh-huh.
a squeeze.
Yeah. Next time the women of you have these in your mouth, remember, this is not a chew toy.
You're
Okay.
holding a man's life in your hands.
But I-
slash
You are.
mouth.
Either way, if you pinch, squeeze, or mishandle, it's not the greatest thing in the world.
Oh, God, no.
So
they give you a puke bucket in the beginning. Of
No,
this whole thing.
they don't.
Because
give
I
you-
would tell you right now, will you squeeze one of those motherfuckers a little too hard? It's
Ugh.
hard to handle as a man.
It is.
Yeah.
So as this guy's kind of squeezing around trying to find the little Baz Efron's tube, right?
The Zac Efron tube.
The Zac Efron tube. Anyway, I'll tell you, he pinched a little too tight on one. I'm like,
Ugh.
oh,
And you're like,
oh my
Yeah.
god!
It-
I would
Yep.
cry.
it didn't feel great, but then it's a little more weird. He finds the tube right at the back and kind of rolls it into his fingers to make sure he's got the tube.
Oh my god!
And so you're kind of like, okay. There is, I don't even care if this would have been a female doctor. There is
You're ending
nothing.
You're ending this on your own note because I'm done. I can't. I gotta pee so bad it's not even fucking funny.
All right.
And on top of this, you're talking about squeezing balls.
I know. I'm feeling phantom pain right now. You're talking about rolling tubes.
This is
It's
hurting
like,
my
ugh.
core.
Okay. Well, because we're almost 2 hours into this. So me
Oh,
and
God.
me and the red beard
I'm
will,
out. Love everybody. I gotta pee.
We will finish it up.
Oh my god, I'm about to pee myself right there.
We
Jeez.
we may not get a would you rather in on this one. We may have to do it next time. But
As he groans his way the entire way out. Okay.
I can tell you it was one of those things where I was like, this is not comfortable.
Mhm.
And I could make the association of, because I'm that inquisitive person. I'm like, if this was a female, how would this be? Like, if this was a female doctor, how would I be responding to this? Because
Right.
it does nothing for me being a male doctor. It's more awkward than anything. It's like it's mechanical, right?
It is, yeah.
You're like, okay, squeezing my ball. Oh no, that doesn't feel great. Let's not squeeze there. Okay.
Mhm.
And you do this, but I'm in my head thinking, what if this was like a sexy female doctor? How would this go? No different. I'm thinking,
Yeah,
it's like,
I'm thinking
no,
it wouldn't change at all.
there's nothing about it that I'd be like, ooh, this is nice. It's like, nah. It
Nope.
is so clinical and so sterile and so just scientific to a degree. It's like what they're doing is like, and I applaud them as doctors because
Mhm.
quite honestly, I couldn't do it. So my thought process here was through this, my thought process later was, do they have a ranking system for the penises they touch?
Well, there's got to be the insider thing.
Yeah,
Where they
like-
talk amongst themselves.
right, and I want
Yeah.
to be in on that conversation. Like I don't need to be part of it, but I want to hear
Like
it.
the fly on the wall kind of a thing.
100%. What do they say when they're like, and that brings me back to hygiene and everything else. It's like, do they ever
Like
like
a sourness ranking.
right? Is this dude drop his drawers and you're like, woof?
You're like, soap is a thing there, son.
Right? Or what's crusted around this? That's
I'm sure they have insider conversations where they do.
right. So, but now in my head, I'm thinking this is this
You're
dude.
thinking, where do I rank on this system here?
Right, as this guy's like fondling my balls, checking for in a totally medical way. There's nothing,
Clinical.
right, in
Yeah.
a clinical way. But at the same time, I'm thinking, is this guy going like, he's a little small, or this is like, where
Mhm.
part of me wants to go like, hey, I know you got a ranking system. Where do I rank, bud? Come on, let me know. What do I got?
I would kind of want to know that too, but also at the same time, it's like, maybe I don't want to know.
Right, you're afraid for the answer, but you want to ask the question.
Yeah, what if I'm like if it's a best out of 100 or whatever, what if I'm, like, I don't know.
So yes,
Wait a minute. What did I miss best out of 100?
well, so what I got down to was, and my curiosity is, do they have a ranking system? As this urologist is looking at it, he sees,
Well, we're still on the balls.
yeah,
Yeah, you haven't been gone that
yeah,
long.
you weren't going.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it felt like I just pissed the fucking Nile River.
I don't know.
right
I'm going to
there.
be following you very soon.
But so
Holy shit.
in my head, I'm like, okay, is there a ranking system to this? Does this dude, he sees enough of them, right? Does he have?
He's over there. This is 57.
Well,
These are definitely 57 balls right here.
right, and as
Could you imagine the handful he'd have at 100? Oh my god!
Like, damn, how do you carry these shits around
Right.
with
Do
you?
you even sit down? Like
so, and I will tell you, I'm a pretty clean person, right?
you're what?
A clean person. I
Whoa.
physically, I like to
Hygienic.
be
Shave
hygienic.
with the face, shave with the balls.
No, I don't shave the ball, but I was told that I will need to do that. He's like, look, the reality is hair pulls, man. You're better-
Yeah. Yep. Just
I have to
He-
shave with the my
save
nuts.
yourself more discomfort.
Yes, he was like, we recommend, because he's like, yeah, it's gonna be a pinch and a little pain when we numb you up. He's like, so you'll be able
It's,
to.
it's like dental work.
Yeah, he's like,
Yep. You're going to feel a little
We're gonna
pressure.
snap
no.
this motherfucker in your skull. but-
here's my favorite. He's like, look, it'll be a little painful. There's a little pain in numbing the area, right? Which I
Yeah.
get. They're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
poke you with a needle. It's not gonna feel great. But
Yeah. What's wrong with you? I had a doctor poke me in the balls with a needle.
He says to me after this, though, after he says that, and he's like, and then you're just gonna feel some tugging and pulling.
Okay.
You're gonna have to show up with some whips, chains, or
Oh,
otherwise.
right.
Okay, motherfucker.
So anyway, we got through all of that. He went through all the things, and as I was talking to the Redbeard here, I was curious. Does he have a ranking system for it?
Yeah.
Like, does he see enough of them? And I'm sure he does. I would too.
Did you actually ask him?
No, but I wanted to. But I stopped myself. I was like,
So
Should've
if
been
you
like,
ever had
Wait
an
a minute.
if you
You're
ever
gonna have
yeah.
me on spectacle. Is anybody gonna suck this fucker off here first?
Look,
or-
I only pull it out for 2 reasons.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if my balls aren't bouncing off of butt cheeks and chins, we're not doing this. Oh, that's my fault.
When he comes to play, he comes to play.
Exactly.
But if you ever had the chance, that was the opportunity to ask where it's not a weird
This
question.
motherfucker right here only hits dingers. If you're taking the dinger sauce out of it, I ain't playing.
Anyway, it was just one of those things where I was like, it sparked more questions in my head of, what does this guy think?
Casey Wave,
I don't know who I'm waving to.
Amber.
Right on. So, anyway, yes, it did. It very much. I just, because I'm that person, I want to ask all of these questions too,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
And I'll be.
I want to know it
Go ahead.
at this whole like sense of the question, right? Like next time I go to use the little feller, is it gonna work right?
Yeah, well, and see, they open you up to. That's one thing that's kind of impressive too.
Woohoo!
Is
You know?
is they open you up to asking whatever questions are on your mind.
Oh, I want to
Mhm.
know. Like at that point in time, I want to know if my little feller is gonna stand up straight and work right.
Well, it's supposed to. And they tell you, yeah, it should
It's
all work like
supposed
it's
to.
supposed to.
Here's my other question: if you don't shoot little snowballs out the end of it, all right. I mean, is it gonna like?
No,
I
because
don't know.
that's
If it stands up like that all the time, I'm gonna have a problem at work.
it shouldn't. But well,
'Cause I thought about getting this procedure done,
well,
but my problem is there's a couple bean bags down there and a long rod that. I mean, I want it to work the same.
So-
I don't want anybody to be looking at me like, "What's wrong with that thing?"
well, the other
I don't
question-
need a divorce, man. My wife's expensive enough.
Well, the other question, I had to go to Google for it, but the other question, I got
That's-
home
yeah.
and my wife actually asked me, she's like, does it affect your testosterone
Amber.
production, right?
Oh, that's a good question.
And
to
I was
ask,
like,
yeah.
Testosterone.
And I was like, holy shit, I didn't even think to ask that,
I
right?
didn't even think about being sensitive.
Well, right. I again, thank you, Google, but I Googled it and found some medical websites. No, it doesn't, because they're just cutting the tube, right? They're
Mhm.
not taking away your ability to produce sperm. It's just cutting
So-
off the path for the
Do your
sperm to
balls
go.
get larger
No,
every time you
no,
you know,
because it's before
heals
it
to
goes.
Jesus?
It goes before, like. So here's the
That
thing.
doesn't make any sense. If there's no way to get out of the end of the tunnel,
No.
they just
Your body
build
just
up
doesn't-
back there. Next thing you know, your balls are the size of bowling
they
balls.
don't,
It doesn't
because-
constantly produce.
No, and it's where
just
they
keeps
cut.
going.
Does when you ejaculate like a rabbit.
No, because it cuts off before it gets to the testicle. That's the
Mm.
tube that feeds the testicle
Huh.
that they
Okay.
cut. So that is why they tell you after you get the procedure done, you are still technically loaded, right? Your
Ugh.
testicles are loaded. Now, see, I was always under the impression that you were loaded for like a month, but apparently you were loaded for 3 months.
Oh my Jesus!
At
Ah.
least 3
3
months.
Okay.
months.
Yes.
I got 3 months of baby makers down there.
Yes, apparently you do. And not only that,
Well, I probably only have, like,
you
a
have
month
to
and a
go
half.
in after 3 months and they check you. Like you got to bring them a semen sample so they
Mhm.
can check how many of those guys are swimming around, right?
Right. Well, is that
Yeah,
kind of to make sure the
That's
operation
like
took?
a fender
It-
bender check, right?
Yes, it's to make
You're
sure
supposed to
everything.
bring your car in, and they look at it and they're like, it's
Yeah.
got a couple dents in this fucker. I don't know if it's gonna work.
But apparently after that, like if you go in at 3 months and you're not all clear, right?
Mhm.
Then they'll check like monthly, like until you
Really?
are,
Okay.
and that's what tells them if you're all clear. And I actually know of a guy who apparently he's like 6 months in. It's like he was loaded.
Wow.
I got-
Okay.
Amber
Impre-
tells me that 3 months she can't go that long. F that.
yeah. Well, trust me, I got
Trust me, I'm telling you right now. 3 months.
I got
It's not
told
worth it.
I got told I need to take some. I may need to.
Longevity pills or
No,
something.
no, not longevity pills, but I may need to service myself on a more regular basis in those 3 months.
I'm not shaking you right-handed ever again.
So 3
We-
months before I can shake
We
your
will
hand again.
left
Okay.
hand shake from now on. This is not okay.
Who says I'm not a fan of the stranger?
Okay. I see. Okay. I got that.
This is called disappointment.
He's
We
like-
will never shake hands.
He's
again,
like, I will
TZ.
never shake your hand. 100%.
Don't touch my anything. Car, truck, door handles. No, I will let you get into the truck. Don't touch anything on the inside. You fucking
All I
touch-
was gonna say,
you
if the
touch my
rumors,
radio, I will shit on your desk.
if the rumors of that you'd get hairy palms were true, I'd be Sasquatch.
This is not okay.
Man, we got to wrap this up.
I need
We're
another
going off
drink.
the rails,
Give me some
man.
more fucking Smirnoff.
All right. Well, okay. So, would you like to do a would you rather before we leave?
At this
Sure.
point, no. I say we say goodbye, and I go brush my ears out,
No.
and
Okay, we can save it for the next episode.
Now we're gonna do a would you rather,
Okay.
All
and
right.
then we'll
Yeah, sure.
recap on the next one. We will recap last week's would you rather.
this is
Okay.
not okay. I feel violated.
Yeah, I mean, everybody deserves a good reach
I
around.
also feel like my speech has gone severely downhill. So fuck it.
I would tell you, you're a little more loaded than you typically
I
are.
feel way more
Yeah,
loaded.
it's-
I don't
yeah.
feel comfortable at this point in time.
All right, so here's our would you rather for this episode.
Okay.
Would you rather lick the bottom of a stranger's shoe or have your best friend spit in your mouth?
Oh God.
I'd rather get shot in the head for being Jewish,
Uh,
which I'm not, but I would fucking
Wow,
confess
bud.
to.
okay.
To be honest with you, I'm
I
looking
mean,
shoes.
You've got an oven upstairs. We could just
Yeah, I mean, fuck, I'm about ready to jump in that motherfucker.
put your head in the oven. No,
You know how many Jews fit in a Volkswagen?
No, we're
Hey,
not
oh,
doing this.
oh, man,
We're
we're-
not-
okay.
We're not
Yeah.
doing this.
900 and something fit in the ashtray.
Yeah. All right. What you gonna lick a stranger's shoe or have your best friend spit in your mouth?
With some prior knowledge of what actually is on the average surface that we walk on, no matter how much you clean it, I have to go with the spit.
Yeah.
Just because I do not want anything that's on the bottom of someone's shoe in my mouth. I would take the spit.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
Brock.
I'm licking a shoe. 5-second rule.
5-second rule.
That's where I will. That's where I will tell you right
Okay.
now.
Mm.
I have dropped shit on the floor, and I'm like 5-second rule, and I will fucking fight to the death over it.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
So I'm totally okay. And not only that, but as a kid who grew up in the 90s,
Yeah.
and you know that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I've-
5-second rule.
Oh, let me cough that up real quick. I have an immune system,
Okay.
so
no, fair.
I'm totally
Fair
cool
enough.
with licking the bottom of a shoe. especially since it doesn't say anything about running into the bathroom, vomiting, and cleaning up my tongue.
Okay, so
Okay.
so I will ask you. So for me, Brock, do you have a dip in that day?
So here's
If you have a dip in that day, I'm licking a shoe. If you don't, you can spit in my mouth.
yeah, I mean, we are kind of best friends. I mean,
Yes.
ultimately, when you get down to it, Casey and I are pretty much best friends. We hang out every Saturday.
We
for,
do,
for at least 4 hours,
and we work
Yeah.
together.
We work together. We kind of know where each other's gonna go. We know how to get each other.
Yeah,
I think for
yeah, no,
we
for
know
sure.
what's
Yeah.
crossing the line.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would tell you this is now that we've drawn Eric back into the fold here. This is a
Yes.
threesome in a platonic level.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trifecta here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, we are three musketeers.
3 amigos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I would tell you is licking the shoe has a less mental violating issue for me,
Oh, I can see that.
because if we're swapping spit, to me that's a whole different level of stuff, right? Like I kiss my wife, kiss my kiddo,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
There's
Well, it
fluids transferred in both those actions. Normally the kids got boogers and other shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the wife, I mean, we're swapping spit, right? That's just how kissing goes.
Right.
I'm not kissing you.
That's
You
fair.
have
That's not part of the would you rather, though. It didn't
You
say
are-
would you
it's-
kiss your best friend and swap spit.
No, I get it, but the spitting, I could see where you would take that.
Now, if I was gonna spit on my hand and you were gonna spit on yours, and we're gonna shake hands and move on with
Yeah,
life.
that's no big
Yeah,
deal.
Okay.
totally
Yeah.
cool with that.
No big deal.
I'm not. No, I'm licking the bottom of a strange person's shoe because, again, I have an immune system.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the bacteria that's on the bottom of your foot is nothing like the bacteria that's in somebody's mouth.
That's fair. You?
Okay, so we have one. I'd take spit every
Yeah.
time.
So
So we
I-
got one for either side. What would you do?
I will split it with spit.
Hold on, Amber. What the fuck did you do? Hold on, I gotta look this up. I quit. It's kind of okay. I get some laughing, crying faces. In fact, already done it. I'm a little concerned that has to do something with the
Snip,
snippity,
snip.
snip. But Amber, spit in the mouth or somebody's shoe. Yeah. There's somebody who just joined in and was like, "What the fuck's wrong with this motherfucker?"
Well, here to break our tie here, I'm gonna go with spit in the mouth, and here's why.
Okay.
You act like it was a fucking thing, all right? Like, oh my god, I've been praised.
I'm just saying, if it's a choice between the two, I feel validated in my choice.
Yes.
By the way, this beer is empty.
So odds are, at some point, that shoe has been in animal feces of some kind, piss, and God only knows what else. But your
Yep.
mouth, for the most part, has not. You may have eaten some
True.
things I don't like.
This is true.
Yeah.
You've probably drank some things like, and even I can even get over probably the chew, right? Because look,
'Cause I
people-
am a chewing fiend.
yes, but people chew. I can get over that. I've actually chewed myself. It's been many, many years.
Really?
Only a few dips here and there, but not something big. I grew
Puss
up with my dad is I don't know if still to this day, but he chewed forever. Anyway, I can get over most of that because it's not those other things.
Yeah.
Right. So those are things that I could.
Are you sure?
Those are well, I don't know. I mean, you could be a shit eater, but I'm on laws of averages. I'm gonna say you're not. You don't get off on getting shit on or shit in your mouth or pissed on or piss in your mouth. I'm just gonna say.
No, this is very true. However, the miles walked in a shoe. I mean, you could be anywhere, right?
Yeah, but it ain't gonna give me fucking superpowers. So don't try to go philosophical. But
Yeah.
somehow it's gonna
Here's
be.
my thing, though. In the lifetime of a shoe, it can go through all of that shit. But once again, you make it to the clarity of what that is.
I'm still
Okay.
gonna also assume that you brush your tooth.
I fucking
Tooth.
hate you. I'm getting my hillbilly tooth fixed, all right? Fuck right off. I hate you. Fuck this question. Fuck Casey. I'm out. Fuck it. I'm done. Why you hate me like this?
I don't hate you at all, but it was just an opportune moment to say.
It is an opportune moment to tell me I look like I need to be in Louisiana.
No, because honestly, I never notice your tooth. It's something you have to bring up. Like
That is something that you don't notice because you have pretty much been there through the whole decay of that.
But I can tell you, even had I not, that's not on my radar.
Right.
And the reason for it, and I'll give you the reason being, is I feel in my own mind, I have my own issues with my teeth and that I feel they're fucked up. So that's not something I go to pick out on somebody else because it's
See-
already an issue for myself. So that's not what I go look
That
at.
for me is my downfall. Like and again, I have things tattooed. If you're on TikTok, oh, hold on, let me turn. I don't know if you can see it, but it says
Hillbilly
it
Deluxe.
says Hillbilly Deluxe on both forearms. Because I'm as redneck as you get.
Yeah.
Around here, you run into somebody and you're like, "Oh, you think you're a hillbilly? Let me introduce you to somebody." This has happened to me twice at our place of business, by
Yeah.
the way.
I know a guy.
Mhm. Exactly.
Yeah.
This has happened to me multiple times. I've actually had Casey go talk to this guy, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "This is a redneck," and he walks away, and I'm like, "You motherfucker!"
Hey,
And
man.
I get stuck listening to some story about how he had to deal with his cousin fucking his cousin and his sister fucking his, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I
The
know how to
Ozark
pair
Great
them
Neck.
up. Ooh. Anyway.
By the way, our sickling, our Amber,
Yeah.
she says licked. Unfortunately, on this podcast, that could mean some bad shit.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's a whole different can of worms there.
What are we licking again? No. As the redneck keels over dead.
Yeah. Man, it's
Oh my god.
You'll have their resident redneck.
Woo! That was bad.
Right? Well, what I'm gonna say is we've stretched this episode longer than we typically ever would. We're over 2 hours, so
This here is the season finale.
no, it is not.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm gonna let you cut this off. And the cliffhanger is find out next time. No. So I am
Johnny, no.
I'm gonna say it's probably a good time to wrap up. I will throw this out on Instagram. Jessica, we appreciate you listening. I will tell you if you're still interested in our dysfunctional shit, I'm probably gonna cut this live off and I will wind up going live again. So I would welcome you to come back in. I don't know if Brock will just carry his live through.
I don't know. We'll see.
But
Actually, no. I got to end it and move to the other. account.
he's got a flip account. So
It's dark enough outside. My people are stirring.
this is true. So he will probably shift it off of Dose of Dysfunction to Hillbilly Deluxe, which is all good.
Headed to Hillbilly Deluxe on TikTok. Hillbilly Deluxe 21.
And I actually have
Ooh.
to throw out a text message to a person who I forgot to text before we went on this one.
Shitting me?
Oh,
Forgot to
snap.
text her.
I did.
Ay.
She's gonna listen to this later and be like, "You motherfucker." Anyway, as she potentially is building our website.
Whoopsie doodles.
So I will throw it out again. Anybody who is willing to go be a sticker bomber for us, let me know. Let us know. We will get you stickers.
Yep.
And we would love to have it.
Stickers, T-shirt.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'll pay for a small tattoo. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I may pay for
I don't
that
even
too.
I don't even give a fuck if it's not about Dose of Dysfunction. If you're willing to sticker bomb your fucking local wherever, I'll fucking pay for your next tattoo.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as we keep it within like a 5-inch by 5-inch.
Are we talking full sleeve here?
No, he's
No,
talking.
not full sleeve. But here's what I would have to say. Like us on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Am I missing? What am I missing? YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube.
You can check us out on pretty much a handful of podcast listening stations. If
Oh
you,
yeah, 100%.
Pocket Cast, Streamcast, fucking all that other shit.
Yeah, we got a ton.
Apple, Samsung, whatever. I will love to hear your feedback. If I sound like an idiot, or Eric needs to be the new co-host, or if Casey just needs to kick me the fuck out of here
Oh
because
no.
I'm too
Mhm.
damn drunk, whatever. There's any info that you have, any insight, feedback, whatever, we'd love to hear it. And I will shout you out on everything the
Oh,
next
yeah.
time we go live, the next time we have a podcast.
Cool.
I will shout you out. So on all of those, hit us up, email us, dose of dysfunction podcast at gmail.com. We would love to see emails roll in. If you are hearing us from another country, I would love to hear you say, hey, I'm from wherever in the BFE you are from. Let me know. If you have a topic you want to hear, if you want to see my man boobs, totally cool with that too.
Dude, I swear,
Maybe a little bit extra.
one of these episodes we will do in coconut bras. As he's showing off, as he
Showing
gets
the titty. No, if there's anything, let me know. Let us know. Tell us. We will send you stickers. We'll send you a shirt. We'll send you a hat. Whatever you would like. You shoot it to us in an email.
Yeah.
With a preference of, hey man, I'd love to get a shirt. Hey man, I'd love to get a hat. Whatever it is, stickers. We can hook a brother up, player.
Yeah, we want interaction. So what I would tell you, anybody who's listened this all the way through, we absolutely want your interaction. Please reach out to us in one of our forums, whether it be social media, email. You
Mhm.
can find us. It's not hard.
Hey, better yet, send us a fucking drink.
Oh yeah,
My drunk ass
There you
loves
go.
intoxicating drinks. Send me one of them bad
Yeah,
boys.
we're-
will
Send
test
in a
it out.
recipe.
yeah. If there's something you want us to drink or eat, we're game. So we'll give it a shot at least once. Most
mean,
everything.
I was gonna say that kind of concerns me, but okay.
I said most
I mean,
everything.
fuck it. We ate crickets tonight. Why not?
Those are
something else?
those are actually pretty decent. I may finish them off all on my own, but that's
Okay.
another story. So
Alright.
anybody joining us live on any of our platforms, I will let you know that here within probably another 10-15 minutes we will re-up on the live. We're going to take a quick break, do another episode, but again, please interact with us. We love all of you. We want you to be part of this family. My movement is, or our movement is, join the dysfunction. So spread that out. Let's join the dysfunction.
Be a dysfunctional misfit like
Yeah.
the rest of us.
Bring it in.
Yep. Come on this with the rest of us. We absolutely love you. Again, for those following us live, we'll fire up here in another 10-15 minutes. So we hope you come back and watch. But we love you all. And